GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
Hello and welcome to the opening rounds of the Virtual V8 Supercars 2012 Championship. We welcome you here to Melbourne Park as presented by TouringProSeries and supported by GamePod.co.uk, who sell racing rigs and wheel stands and much more for your racing furniture needs. And I'm joined in the booth today by Mr. Kaith Barrick once again.
Hello, Ryan.
Thank you, Keith. And also joined today by Mr. Ivo Simons, who will be joining me for the rest of the season also as well. Hello, Ivo.
Hello. Hello again.
How are you today?
Very good. Really
and looking forward to the race, I presume.
Yeah, really. And I'm not even driving, so...
We've got a massive lineup of aliens and predators, as Mr. C would say, Keith. Do you just talk us through a couple of these?
Definitely. Well, I mean, really, the season started off really with a bang. I mean, the pre-qualification was action-packed, full of talent. But the big story is, I mean, Florian Strauss, the last season's champion, topping the board of 98 some odd drivers.
Yep.
Even ahead of guys like Casa, Greco, Thalberg, Van Dorn. It's just, it's incredible that he would be able to topple the massive amount of talent that's in this league this year.
Absolutely. Of course, speaking of that 2011 championship, here are the standings from last year. Florian Strauss, as you can see, took that title with a commanding victory at Bathurst. It was the last 4 races of the season as well, Keith.
He did, yeah. And I mean, not to take anything away from Schleimo, he put in an incredible performance all season. I mean, he was basically just one race away from could potentially be being the champion. But Strauss was just unstoppable at the end of the season, and really just showed how badly he wanted that championship.
Yeah, absolutely. And even we got some 6 champions racing in this series this year, 6 TPS champions. And people like De Grief, of course, we know very well, don't we? We've raced against him, we're teammates with him also as well. Then Peter Davila is on screen right now, driving for RPM Precision, alongside James Johnson. And then we've got, of course, Van Dorn, Torborg, Strauss, and, of course, Willie Levette, the newest TPS champion, who's really risen to prominence. So it's looking for a very, very exciting season, Ivo.
Yeah, for sure. I think the best field we ever had in the TouringProSeries. And it's going to be great to see who's the fastest of the fastest, really. So
absolutely,
I'm really excited about it. I still think Florian is the man to beat.
Yeah, it certainly showed that in pre-qualification, didn't he, Keith? And I mean, just discuss some of the attributes that Florian has that made him the champion. It wasn't just speed, was it?
No, I mean, obviously he does have the speed that's needed to win, but it's perseverance. Obviously, I mean, overcoming adversity is a true measure of someone who can be crowned a champion, and having a poor start to a season, a lot of people can lose motivation, lose focus, and it just snowball effects. He built on that and kept pushing and came out on top. And I mean, it really that's how you want to be crowned the champion, someone who's overcome a tough start to a season, not just obviously a dominating championship win is something that's it's great, that there's a lot of glory to it, but overcoming those a poor start is a tough thing to do for anybody, because focus is a hard thing to keep when you have adversity in front of you.
Absolutely. We saw all these hot shots in pre-qualification, Ivo. I mean, people like Greco, Van Dorn, Casa, all these drivers coming from the big teams, and then right at the end on Sunday, Strauss just pops up and tops the timesheets.
Yeah, they see what the experience does. He has, of course, 1 season already in the car, and has, of course, the speed, and they really can see what the experience can do. And yeah, he just needed a couple of laps to just show his speed and be the number 1 on the pre-qualification sheet. So.
It was a fantastic performance from the reigning champion as well. Really a statement of intent as well, wasn't it, Keith? Really, you guys might be hot shots, but I'm the reigning champion. I'm here. I've got the raw speed as well as the experience.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a message.
It is a message, of course, and I mean, you can't take away anything from these other guys that were at the top of the sheets as well. I mean, Van Dorn, racing real cars himself, Greco, the Ferrari Virtual Academy winner. I mean, but Florian quietly just did what he does best, and that's get to the top of the timesheets.
Absolutely, and of course, some of those hot shots we'll discuss now, Keith. people like, of course, we know Van Dorn. People who watched ATCC know he's
Yep.
an amazing exploit there.
Oh,
Unfortunately, he's not here today, but he will still be here in Server 1 for round 2 at Barbagallo due to the pre-qualification tweak for this year. In the top 15 are guaranteed for the first 2 rounds. So we will see him in Server 2 at the next event in 2 weeks' time at Barbagallo, so watch out for that. But we've got people like, I mean, you say Greco, Virtual Academy, obviously Ferrari Virtual Academy, we know you've got people like Carter and DM, plenty of experience, you know, on like Sim Raceway and Race to Play and those sort of play, and FSR as well. So these people have come in and they're finding it more difficult than they anticipated, I feel.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this field is stacked with talent. There's a lot of depth. I mean, when you got guys like Peter Casa, I mean, in practice here, you can see he's down in 22nd at the moment. Obviously, we're just in practice, but you know that he is an incredibly talented driver, and to be that far back at this point in practice, I mean, it just shows the level of depth, the depth and talent that is in this championship.
Absolutely, and of course, people are now on different race runs and. There's very different, even in race runs, there's very different style, isn't there, Keith? People are just discussing quickly those sort of lap times. Some people going for it right from the start, some people conserving their tyres for the end of the stint.
Yeah, well, and it's going to be about anywhere between 12 to 14 laps for the stints that we're going to be running here today. And it's, you know, if you're pitting on the 12th lap, you're going to struggle on going into the second stint and the final stint. It's all going to be about management, and these cars go off so quickly if they're driven hard, and we're going to see that today.
And Ivo, I mean, this guy here, William Levesque, was you know, touted by Danny Asbury as probably the best in TPS right now at conserving tyres. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, he's the button of TPS, you can say that. And we saw in Trios that he's really good in keeping his tires very good. And of course, his cars are a little bit different, but I think he's just looking at his style and his driving lines and everything. He's very good in keeping those tires.
Yeah, and Haas could be considered one of, you know, a kind of a definitely contender for race wins here today, which is more than could be said about last year when he was in this. So it shows the progression he's made during the last year or so. The French Canadian, just 18 years old, lives in Quebec, and he's got a big future ahead of him.
Yeah, my fellow Canadian.
Yeah, a couple ahead of fellow Canadian. He's French Canadian. It doesn't count.
Yeah.
So we got a couple of obviously quick Aussies in this league as well. Simon Ripper and Corey Slade. I mean, these drivers, talk about commitment. These drivers are getting up at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning to race here. That's how enthusiastic they are about this series and about Touring Pro.
Yeah, the Australians love their V8s, and I know these guys have put in a ton of effort. They've been working non-stop. They're constantly practicing together, and they basically they are fully prepared for this race. And I expect to see them have a good result here today, both of these guys, because effort breeds results, and we're going to see that today. The guys who put it in will get the results today.
And of course, we've got a couple of people would kind of, I think, especially designate them surprises without all due respect to the drivers who got into pre-qualification. There was a couple in there that were higher up than people thought they would be, and a couple in there people didn't think would be in the top 30. I mean, people like Danny Asbury, for example, way up there in 13th in pre-qualification, in 9th, in pre-qualification, should I say, and definitely not something people expected.
No, it's Danny's really put in a lot of effort for this. I think he's trying to overcome his shortcomings from ATCC. I think he's really trying to make a point that he's here to, you know, he's got the talent and he's trying to prove that he's not just a media guy. He's also a good racer as well.
Absolutely, and we have named him RoboCop for this season, Keith.
Yes,
it's his own fault. He said the word RoboCop, and so his black headlights he thinks looks like RoboCop, and hopefully he finishes this race alive and not dead. And we got of course as well some people from last season, some very strong racers from last season, people like Schlemo, for example, and Tolborg. Tolborg's never won a race in these. Did the whole of last season apart from one race. Got a pole position, was in line to win a couple of races, but just failed at the end. Do you see him winning a race this season?
Oh yeah, I think for sure. He's of course on the blanket of THR now.
Yeah.
He's always a little bit very difficult to make a setup, he says. So I think with the help of THR, he's for sure going to win one race this season.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to that. This is the most, Keith, this is the most decorated driver in TPS history, of course.
Well, yeah, and just on the note of Talberg being, I've known Jesper since he joined Race Department, and I do get a little flack for sometimes being biased of giving him praise, but praise comes from results, and I do get the flack and I'll take it, but I've always given him praise because he's always put himself in a position to do well, and if you look at his results, I don't even need to say anything. His results do the praise for him, but.
Absolutely.
One thing that what Ivo just said was that being under the THR blanket, I know that Jesper's not the greatest with car setups. This is going to be a huge benefit for him this season because I know that when I've worked with him and raced with him in ATCC, he hardly ever touches the setup. It's just basically just a guesswork. And now having these guys behind him, I think you're going to see some big stuff from him.
Especially Toby Davis.
Oh yeah,
setups.
Master. He's a master.
Speaking of Toby.
Yes.
Top of the timesheets right now, and that is unexpected before this race.
Well,
I mean, pre-practice we saw this, but if you'd said 2 weeks ago that Toby Davis would be the fastest on track right now, people would have not believed you. In all due respect to Toby, he's still a WTM race winner and a clear race winner, of course, and a great driver, but he's never won a race in these V8s, and he's never felt comfortable, in fact.
Well,
sorry, go on,
There are different cars, of course. You can drive the V8 the same as the Ford Sierra he drives in the WTM. Especially in quali, where you can oversteer your car and can drift a little. But in race, you need to have a little bit more of an understeer car. And yes, we'll see how that pans out for him. But it sure is a surprise that he is on top.
Yeah, absolutely. And is it just run through a couple of people. We've got Sergei Yashin, who's an Israeli, who's joined this league, and he's got a picture of his cat on the side of his car.
Kitty racing.
And but he's looking very, very quick as well. Not much known about Sergei Yashin. In fact, it's very difficult to find anything about him at all. But from Israel, and looking forward to him doing well. Of course, we discussed Schleimer last year as well, second in the championship last year, so not discounted at all. And has been immediately quick as well, despite the fact he hasn't really raced since the end of last season at all in any team racing. So we're very impressed by his pace immediately. Tom Ailey as well, of course, won the final race of the Clios. And has been superb with the setups also as well. People have been praising him for Asbury in particular. And last but not least, just in the quick coverage of people here, we'll cover more in warm-up. But Gregory de Grief, 2010 champion. We've got both champions in this series. So it's great to see him out back once again.
Definitely, and both you guys were teammates with Gregory for a little while as well, weren't you? I know
we were. Yes.
Yes, it's good to see him back racing. I know he lost a little motivation for a little while, and sideways there. But it is tough when you do lose that motivation. It's hard to get back in the saddle, and I'm really happy to see him back racing again because he's one of the most decorated drivers in Touring Pro Series, and I'm sure he's looking to build off of that and get back to the form that he was when he left.
Absolutely, and so we're looking forward to the racing here today. So we apologise if me and Keith sound, me more than Keith, sound a little bit stuffy today. We both managed to pick up a cold the day before this race, so we'll just please bear with us if we sound a bit off. But we'll try and get you through this as much as we can. I'm sat here with a bowl of vapor rub, trying to breathe it in and clear my throat.
This race is brought to you by Vapor Rub.
Brought to you by Vapor Rub, our new sponsors. But our real sponsors, Keith, GamePod. GamePod.co.uk. Yeah. We've got them on for this season, and they've offered up some fabulous prizes, haven't they?
Oh, yeah. I mean, GamePod, you can't say enough about GamePod. They really, honestly, they've stepped up as, we've taken this to a world-class league for sure with the driver talent. Obviously, we're trying to put on the best production for broadcast possible, and having a major gaming rig manufacturer on board like GamePod, and actually this is the first PC simulation league that they have sponsored. This is a huge honor. It shows that we've really got legs with this particular league, the V8s being our premier touring car league and Touring Pro Series. They've stepped up and provided some incredible prizes for the drivers. We've also got a number of other things going on as well. Just keep posted on our website, TouringProSeries.com. But also they've given up a promo code for 25% off, which will be given away to the viewers today. Just keep note, if you're watching now, it will be coming up a little later as more people funnel into the broadcast. But if you do win, it'll be a random draw with just a little bit of a kind of a trivia scavenger hunt almost. the winner will get 25% off any purchase from GamePod, and if you consider the price of some of their stuff, like if you're buying a larger ticket item, you're talking it could be £250 that you're saving. So that's a very generous, very, very generous. I know it just seems like a small thing, just a code, but when you think of in the long run, it's a large amount of money that you're saving in your pocket. So definitely, if you're watching, get involved, because the code is yours. It's good for life. So whenever you're down the road, if you're looking to get anything now or a little later, you always have that in your pocket. So I mean, GamePod, you can't say enough about them. They've been the longest running manufacturer of gaming seats in the world. They've been around since '98,
and I would say the best, quite frankly, from what I've seen from the competition and other things like carbon fiber seats and all that sort of thing. And they work. They work with BMW because they're actually the guy who's in charge, Ash, is actually at Hockenheim right now.
Yeah, he's working, at DTM right now.
Working with the DTM crew, Andy Prio's car, because he supports Crown Plaza with his. Of course, Crown Plaza support BMW. And Andy Prio is driving the Crown Plaza BMW. So Ash is actually at the DTM event right now doing some corporate stuff for those. And he might actually, for the drivers, a bit of pressure for you here, there might actually be some real-life DTM drivers watching this event at some point. So get your game faces on and perform as well as you can.
Yeah, well, he did say when they were entertaining at the end of the day, he was going to toss the idea around to some of the people he was entertaining, and who knows, we could have some DTM guys watching, so no pressure on these guys, but I'm sure they're feeling it as it is with this talent. So, but again, huge thanks to Ash GamePod for this opportunity to work with them and provide us with these prizes. It's honestly, it's like a dream come true for all the work we've put in to get this league where it is. So thank you, Ash and GamePod, for sure.
Absolutely. So make sure you go to gamepod.co.uk and have a look around. Of course, it's always just interesting to look at those things, even if you don't have the money to buy them. So that's what I do anyway. I like to window shop. So we're going to go into qualifying now here, guys. Let's have a quick roll call from you guys here. Who's going to get pole?
Yeah, Ivo, I'll let you take that one.
Strauss.
Strauss, okay.
Just playing it safe.
It's sticky neck out there with the reigning champion. And Keith?
I'm going to go with Davis, and I do want to kind of go with it a little bit. Davis wouldn't even take my calls leading up to this race. I wanted to talk to him. Yeah. He's so focused. He wouldn't even speak to me. He's acting completely different, and you know what? I like it because Toby can sometimes get a little stretched out. I think he's mentally in the right place to do this. He's already proving out on the track that he's the quickest guy, and you know he can race. So I'm going to go with Toby for pole and probably for the win.
I'm going to go with Strauss for the pole. I don't go for the win yet, Keith, because something might happen in qualifying.
No, I guess that's true. Yeah.
So just to bear with, just to fill everybody in with the rules of qualifying. It's 20 minutes and it's open qualifying, so you can do as many laps as you like, and also there's all collisions are on, everything like that. So people who want to know the format of these events, that's how it will be. So everyone's able to go out there 20 minutes and have a blast, just like it is in the real Virtual V8, the real V8 Supercars. Sorry. And also, something to quickly cover here as well, also, the pit entry, Keith, is incredibly crucial. I mean, or Ivo might cover this as well, but it's 40 kilometres an hour, which is incredibly slow. Just 24 miles an hour for those who don't know kilometres. And it's a very, very fast approach to the pit.
Yeah, we saw it last season, of course, with Strauss having a stop and go here, I believe. So that's very different. I said to my teammate, that's Andres Loffer, that he needs to practice his pit entry, because it's 40 kilometers per hour, and that's really slow.
Very, very slow, especially when you're trying to slow this 1.5 ton car down, Keith. When it's producing 650 brake horsepower, you're going pretty quickly, and it's pretty difficult to stop.
Well, did Emilio Rodriguez get a pit lane, or was it a jump start?
Yeah,
because he was flying last season here.
We actually had 13 speeding penalties last year, and some 9 different drivers involved in that. And actually, Emilio Rodriguez actually lost the race, not because of that speeding penalty. Of course, it's a major contributing factor, but he actually lost 7 seconds in his second pit stop, because he slowed down too much and was too cautious, because he'd sped in the first one. So if he'd not wasted those 7 seconds, he would have been ahead still after the speed penalty. That's how fast he was on that particular day. So it just shows as well, not just pushing too hard, it's pushing not enough.
Yeah, you get a little rattled, and it's very easy. Once your confidence has been knocked a little bit, you can sometimes overcompensate, and that's the result there. And I mean, it's easy to throw a race win away like that. And I mean, we're on board with Toby now. This is the guy I'm predicting for pole. His form has been incredible. I've been watching him all through practice here, and he looks on point here. He's so sharp, using every little bit of the track. Yeah. I mean, right out to the yellow line. That's quite
a trademark of his, isn't it? Using every inch, and he bangs on about it when he's teaching other people how to race. Use every inch of the track. Look at him, right on the white line.
Well, yeah, you could not go any further to the left there at all.
No.
And that is his trademark. But one thing that really I've noticed with Toby now in these cars particularly is his overdriving, like his kind of overdriving in the World Touring Masters. He seems to have dropped that here for these cars, because I think he knows he's needed to make a wholesale change to his driving strategy, his approach, and everything, because of the way these cars are, the tire wear, and everything. And I mean, if he can do this and keep it up all season and just continually get better, I think he's a huge contender for this title.
Absolutely, and he's actually changed his technique. He actually left foot brakes in these instead of he uses heel and toe in the World Touring Masters. He uses left foot brake here. And he's also changed his throttle sensitivity and all kinds of things to be able to get quicker in these cars. So it really shows the effort he's put into it.
It's commitment, yeah. Because, like Keith said, he needs to change his driving style a little bit. He can't drive like the Ford Sierra in WTM.
So 52.3 to open up with, that's not particularly fast. We saw a 52 flat in practice, and qualifying usually a little bit faster as well.
That's a bank lap.
Yeah.
You know what it's like when you got, especially with a track this full, you got to get a bank lap in, one that you know is decent, something where he hasn't overcooked it. Like you've seen it in 20 minutes can go very quickly if you're.
Here comes Robocop, 52.346. So everyone's just getting bank laps in, it seems, at the moment.
Nobody is really going faster than Toby.
No, Levesque in the fourth. Oh, Ripper! That's one of the dangers at this track. You've got some small anti-cuts on a couple of the corners, and that first corner anti-cut is the most dangerous, because we actually saw, I think it was Egbeer last year, hit that and slide right in the middle of the track, and it was Andrew Schmick who just T-boned him, ruined both of their races at that particular corner. So it's very dangerous indeed.
Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of like I was saying before. 20 minutes can go very quickly if you.
Oh, that's helpful. Carry on talking.
Sorry. The 20 minutes in qualifying, as we've just dropped rFactor there for a moment. 20 minutes can go in qualifying really quickly, because if you go out there and you mess up your first couple of attempts, all of a sudden now you've got 5 minutes remaining in qualifying, and you need to get a lap. It's a very long track, so you need to get a lap in at that point, and then the pressure starts to build. You start to feel it, and I mean, getting a lap like Toby did, he's still sitting on top of the time boards with a 52.3. He's got that lap lap banked, even if he doesn't get another lap in this entire qualifying session, which is probably is highly unlikely.
Absolutely. So we'll just get back into the game here. Nice few shots from our sponsors and partners. Of course, we use MultiBC for these events, and OSM, of course, make this mod. It's a fantastic mod, and our forums are on Race Department, and we use SimSync Pro to download everything. We have live races for your live timing, and of course, GamePod, who of course sponsor the entire league and provide all the prizes for this.
Strauss is going fast now. It's the fastest in the second sector, so.
Yeah, he's up about 0.3 on Toby, so he's looking to possibly go into the 51s right now. I know the game's loading. We're going to give you a little play-by-play by time.
There we go. Let's quickly get you to Florian Strauss, if we can. Probably going to be the top guy in the second. Here he is.
There is top. Florian Strauss, a provisional
let's go to the overlay. 52.2. So still not on the absolute ultimate pace, but that's a handy lap.
Well, the times we were looking at in practice leading up to on our official server, Toby Davis was the only one in the 51s at a 51.7. Danny Asbury was second with a 52.1. So, I mean, we're getting close to there, but I still think Pole's going to be, it's got to be 51. It has to be.
Has to be 51, yeah, absolutely. The 51.7 in pre-practice that Toby Davis has produced, of course, is a bit different when you're up against it and the pressure's on. And a few drivers haven't set any lap times here at the moment. Tolborg, Ely, Butcher, Tveit, Talbot, and Felix. Not set lap times at the moment. We're actually missing one driver as well. Also, is that Davila we're missing? Perhaps. No, it's not Davila. Not quite sure who that is at the moment, but I'm sure they'll be along shortly. Perhaps Sidanovas, I think, perhaps.
Yeah.
He has been in the service, we have seen him, so hopefully he can get back in. Florian Strauss now is back out on track on his out lap. Let's try and find one of the contenders for this pole position. Try and see if they're doing a lap at the moment. Tom Maley's on an out lap still. Jesper Torborg is on a hot lap. Let's stick with him. Like we were saying, the most successful TPS racing driver. TPS, TouringProSeries driver, should I say.
Yes.
With 20 wins and 3 championships in his 92 races.
Yeah, now joining up with THR, as we mentioned before, will definitely give him that edge for quality setups, racing setups, just all the little things that Jesper just, it wasn't something that he was completely in tune with in the past. I know that I've given him some setups in the past and regretted it because he picks up half a second to a second.
And the top 5 right now are covered just by 0.167 of a second.
Oh, and there he goes around.
There he goes around. I'm on the show for the cameras.
Peter Casa slotted into second.
Peter Casa 52.238, second in pre-qualification. So
very
he's
nice.
one to look out for, definitely.
Yep. Very nice.
There is
Touring
the
Motorsports.
Sport. Yep. He's driving the IP Forge team. You've got 3 teams, and there's 5 drivers actually in this server. You've got 3 teams, IP Forge. You've got DM driving alongside him. DM is... I can't see, where is DM? Oh, there he is, in 20th place at the moment. So obviously
he actually DM is slotted into 8th. Actually, he just crossed the line. So CDM is I know.
Go through the cars to get to him. There we go. There's DM in 808 and 818 together. So
they're very, very well. 2 of them in the top 8 right now. So that's they'll be happy with that.
But we're showing, of course, how strong this field is, because where is David Greco? 19th so far in pre-qualification. We know how fast he can be.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, Dave Villar's in 12th. Francisco Villar, who is really a talented driver, raced cars in real life. He's in 9th. I mean, it's the talent and depth is incredible here.
Even De Grief is in 10th at the moment also, so big names.
Yeah, I know. It's
back, so.
I'm very excited to see because there's a lot of racing talent. Hot lapping and qualifying is one thing, but sorry.
Strauss is purple in the first sector.
Strauss gone purple. Toby Davis in 4th. Strauss. Okay, so he's going to be coming up to the sector 2. See if he can better his time, get down into the 51s maybe, and secure himself a pole position to start. He's dead even with his time. That is awesome. Coming through turn 12, they're really tricky because you don't want to get onto the curbs. It's so easy to try to take a little too much curb. You're getting a little greedy, and if you take too much curb with these cars, it will bite you. You get on the throttle a little too heavy, using too much curb inside, and you're going to be coming around, or you have to lift off completely, and you lose all your run off these corners.
And this, he's backed off actually. He's decided that he's made a mistake perhaps. It didn't look like a normal line through there. Unless he's trying a different line.
Levesque the third.
So Levesque is in 3rd. Toby Davis is now back down to 4th. And as stuffed up his last lap, so has now come out for another lap. And David Greco up to 14th. He just jumped up in there into that top 16. We'll keep track of that top 16. Corey Slade up into 6th. Improves and goes past Jesper Torborg. So just still 0.167 between the top 7 at the moment. So it's getting closer and closer. Tobias Schlemmer up to 13th. He improves a little bit there. He actually won this race last year, Tobias Schlemmer.
He did, yep.
But he was it took a couple of races to get up to speed. So perhaps that will be the case this season.
His teammate, Florian Strauss, was just behind him in that race. He was only 1.4 seconds back after the 39-lap race, but Emilio Rodriguez was obviously the class of the field last season, just seemed some misfortune, slow pit stop, as you mentioned, and also getting the speeding penalty. So, outright pace can win the race, but it's easy to make a mistake here. The pit speed is being 40 kilometers an hour.
Absolutely. So cast out on track is just 0.013 down. So effectively even with Strauss for that first sector. Let's see what he can do. Let's go on board with him and follow him around this track. Braking very, very hard here. For the very similar opening couple of the 3 complexes. Turn 1 and in turn 5 down to turn 7 are all very similar kind of chicanes that tighten up on the exit and then open up. He comes down now towards turn 11 and 12.
Oh.
Flicks through here. Oh, it's very out of shape right in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Gets the car turned 3/10 down. Oh, and on the... See the correction there inside Carter's car. And down towards Ascari now, turn 13. Braking hard. It's quite easy to overshoot there and go straight off into the gravel, or go too fast and just run off into the AstroTurf and spit back across and ruin your car against that very close wall.
Sergei Yashin up to 10th.
Tom Ely in 9th, I see. So
Tom's improved also as well.
Just wanted to give a quick shout out. We're just joined in the chat room by Darren Ganji from Inside Sim Racing, so just wanted to give a shout out to him. Thanks for joining us today.
So Tolbog has retaken 6th position from Corey Slade. Casa does not improve, 0.379 down, so just that middle sector he needs to sort out and maybe find a 10th or 2 in the other sectors, and he'll be challenging for that pole position. At the moment he's 0.013 behind over a 4.5 kilometre track, which is quite incredible.
And if you notice, the track temperature is going up a fair bit. So I mean, these guys, as it gets warmer, you're going to need to you're going to get a bit more grip out of the track. You might be able to get a quicker lap time a little later in this session as they start pushing a little harder.
And I know Simon Ripper prefers a colder track. Prefers to go out right at the start of the session and have a slightly cooler track. So we could see that come out to play here, because we've got 0.165 between the top 7 drivers. Not too many people are moving up at the moment, of course. It's a very long lap, so we wait quite a while for people to complete their laps, of course. Toby Davis is half a second down, so he's not going to improve at the moment, it doesn't seem like. No, and he quits back out straight away. We've still got Chris Butcher to set a lap time yet, and Chris has not been able to set a lap time. And Oscar Hardwick, he's 28th at the moment, trying to get a clean lap in. Mark Dean, 27th. Marco Phillips, 26th. Ike Rodin there in 25th for Berlin Race Crew, returning from last year. He actually qualified 8th here last year, Keith. So
he had a great run last year.
He did a great run last year, but it shows the talent, doesn't it? This year, the improvement, because he's 26th at the moment.
Yeah, I know. It's really, like I said, I mean, we can't say enough about the depth and talent here this season, and it's just going to make for some incredible racing. So if you're catching us for the first time, this is the first event you watched with us. This is definitely a season you're going to want to follow along with from start to finish.
Absolutely. And Eric Strani, say his name right, Eric Strani, one of the surprise packages perhaps in the top 30. 25th at the moment on track. Eric DeVite, of course, very well known, but very hard to get into Server 1. George Talbot 23rd, 22nd is Mark Dean, 21st is Gary Lennon for TPS Racing. TPS Racing make a return to the V8 series as well. It's the second series for TPS Racing. We'd like to have guest drivers and drivers who are well known in the Touring Pro Series kind of category in the Touring Pro Series, and they all race for the Touring Pro Series and enjoy themselves and get guest drivers for Touring Pro Series Racing, and I will get my words out eventually. Pulling off myself there. Help me out.
Right, Dave Villar is up to 9th now, so he's starting to find his legs here at the later part of this quali session. So he's,
there's quite a gap between the top 7 and the rest of the field, though.
There is.
Some 3/10 there.
Yeah, it drops. Well, top 7 is separated by 0.17.
165. Yeah.
Yeah, it's but then you got then you go to 8th, 9th. It's
Greco.
1,000th of a second, and Greco can't improve.
Can't improve. So still in 18th. But then go from 8th down to 14th. Of course, you've got another small gap. 8th down to 13th perhaps, and then we've got from 14th further down, as you can see. Mm-hmm. You've got a more small gap, so it's only a 10th here and there, and that's not very much on such a long circuit.
Well, there's another big story as well too. Like if you look at 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, it's all THR. They're all within it's a 10th of a second.
Charles finishing lap. Is he Ivo? He's just starting his lap. Oh no, he's just improved. 52.104 for Florian Strauss, so he improves that marker.
So Florian is just trying to cement his spot on the at the top here, and there are points for pole position, Ryan?
No points for pole position. All fastest lap.
Okay.
All leading a lap. It's all about the race.
All about the
where
race.
You finish, which is would be nice if I did that in Clio's. if I had points for every lap I led, I would have won the championship. But Toby Davis come down towards turn 8. And there's turn 9 right now, going to around turn 10. He's not very far off Strauss's time at all, so he might improve at least on his own time but we're not seeing as fast times during qualifying as we did during practice, which is a little bit unusual. Perhaps drivers are feeling the pressure a little bit here. 3/10 down again, so he's really struggling in that middle sector, it seems to me.
There's some more traffic also.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, of course. It's a very condensed track, isn't it, during qualifying? Just 20 minutes.
Yeah, a 2-minute lap turns into, you take 30 cars and stretch it out. You start fighting for real estate out there in qualifying now.
Also, wait till we get to Barbagallo, 55-second lap with 30 cars on track, 20 minutes, so that will be interesting, to say the least. As just ahead of Davis, Grief getting out of the way.
It's really amazing because Toby.
Davis makes a mistake and he's not going to. And he's pushing very, very hard indeed. That's
putting on a show.
We know from the Sierra Cosworth.
He was capable of a 151.7 in practice leading up to this, and he'd put in. I mean, by live racers, he put in 370 laps leading up to this event on our official server. So I mean, he's put in the time. It's just getting that lap together here to get the top spot it's proving a little more difficult than I think he was expecting.
Absolutely, and of course you'll still be pretty pleased with fourth place, but having shown that speed during qualifying, then you would have perhaps expected to be a little bit quicker. Danny Aston's about to complete his lap, but so is Corey Slade, and Corey Slade is finishing his lap now down towards the finish line. He comes. Can he improve? And yes, he can.
Nice
second
lap.
Place,
nice
front row
lap.
For Corey Slade.
He will be ecstatic about that. Ecstatic.
Beautiful lap there from Corey. Front row for him. Danny Asby also, now he's bumped down to 6th, so THR now 4, 5, 6 and 7, rather than 3, 4, 5 and 6. And Asbury now coming out of the final corner, which is 2/10 down on Strauss, so perhaps he can improve. He can just equal or better Strauss's final sector time. Asbury completes the lap. No! He's been struggling in that final sector, hasn't he, Keith? He's seen that.
Yeah, we were watching that before, leading as we were watching
Dave
practice getting set up. Very nice. Dwayville up to 9th. Just look at the names on this screen here in the top 16. This is going to be epic. Is the only word I can think of. The way, and all of these guys have a ton of racing experience, and when I mean racing experience, I mean bumper to bumper in the heat of battle racing experience. So this is going to be one heck of a show for you guys.
Absolutely. And Toby Davis is back out on track once again, not on an out lap at the moment.
Is he going to make it?
The Becker's in the pits won't make it out for another lap.
Nope.
Will Davis make out for another lap? He's got 35 seconds complete lap. Yes, he should be able to, because he's at Ascari right now. So through Ascari, turn 13, he comes now down towards turn 14, and then goes to Prost. So he will finish his lap, definitely.
Do you think maybe he just wanted to make it suspenseful for all of us, and then he knew he was going to get some airtime at the end?
Maybe. And Torborg's on the final lap also, about 3/10 down that first sector though, and he's only 2/10 down overall on the whole lap, so that's not looking promising for him. Schleimo up to 13th.
Yashin third, went to 8th.
Great lap there from Yashin, able to squeeze into those 0.5, so lessening that gap between the front guys. But I mean, if there's 1/10 between all the guys on the grid, it's just going to be insane in the race. And I mean, how can you pass any of these guys when they're all so well matched?
No kidding. And I mean, you know what it takes to pass. Like these, it's when you got guys this close within 1/10 of a second. I mean, passing basically it becomes, kind of hand-to-hand combat at that point. I mean, you really got to pick your spots and make your move in a fairly aggressive way. Like I'm not saying push the guy off the track, but you need to be forceful
Very
in
assertive.
Getting down the inside.
And Yashin completed his lap. Will he improve?
Up to 8?
No, not quite.
Did he not improve? No, okay.
No, 5.93 that time. So.
And what about Davis? Let's get on board with Davis.
And go on board with Davis a second. Davis is crossing the line now. We also got Schleimo in the background. I think that crossed the line.
No,
it's not improved. Is that Schleimo in the background? It's not Schleimo. That was Strauss actually finished in his lap. Has he improved at all?
Passes in.
Yes, he did.
Strauss did. 52-0. Oh, well done.
8-0. So Strauss improves. Who else is out on track? Davis is out on track still. Torborg finishing lap did not improve. 6,000 slower. That he was actually did pretty well on the rest of his lap. Just the first sector where he struggled because he was actually faster than Strauss throughout the rest of the sector. Davis is I think Davis is the last person out on track. So that's
there he is right there.
So anybody else out on track, guys?
I don't believe so. Schleimo's out on track. I don't know how.
Just a few of the guys who are not contending for that pole position, really. Davis is the final driver who can take this pole. Will he do so? Oh, he's pushing so hard as he can. Through turn 14. Now into turn 15. That's Prost. Now down towards the final corner. Incredibly frustrating corner, this one.
He needs to improve here.
Does need to improve. He's down in 5th. Schleimo 9th.
Schleimo to 9th. Davis crossing the line. Is he going to improve? No, he can't.
He doesn't. He improves his lap time, but not his position. So Davis is 5th. So, me and Ivo win the prediction battle. Congratulations to Florian Strauss for his pole position.
Congratulations.
And the
Racing.
reigning champion starts the season off as he finished it last season.
Well, I mean, I know you talk with Florian quite regularly, and you know how much effort he's put in. This means a lot to him to run and keep his title, and he's proven it. I mean, you can see it if you never met him before, you never talked to him or never knew anything about him. You can see the dedication and the focus in his driving right now.
Toby Davis will be disappointed, I think. I mean,
yes.
6/10 of his personal best, so I think for sure he could have been more off the grid. But
I think perhaps there's some suspicions about that 51.7.
Yeah,
it seems a bit too good to be true, considering even Strauss can't get within 0.3 of that.
Well, if Strauss goes to a 52.0, taking the top spot for 360 Racing. Ryan, you want me to call it down?
Yeah, feel free, Keith. Yep.
Okay. Followed by Corey Slade for XSG Motorsports. He's going to be extremely happy. I know how hard Corey's been working, preparing for this. He was big into iRacing for a while, and this has been his main focus for XSG Motorsports. Great guys, great team. Petter Castle for Touring Motorsports. He's the highest of the Touring Motorsports drivers in third. Followed by our newly crowned Touring Pro Series champion, William Levesque for THR. Followed by Toby Davis, team head, who will not be, he'll be pleased, but not as happy as he would have been unless he was at the top spot. Danny Asbury, new THR driver in sixth, followed by Jesper Talborg, also a new THR driver. Sergei Yashin for Rising Power Motorsports in eighth, followed by Schlemo, Peter Develar for RPM Precision Motorsports. Stephen DM, the next Touring Motorsports driver, followed by Gregory DeGrief, season 2, 2010 champion.
We've got some big names down there, Keith, just to improve, just to put in there. Develar, DM, and DeGrief.
Huge.
10th, 11th, and 12th.
Huge. But you know what? I do believe you're going to see the pedigree come out in racing when it comes down to it. These guys know what to do when the green flag drops, and there's 39 laps to make a statement. So Tom Ailey, he won't be happy being down in 13th, followed by Vilar, who's very talented, and again, big names down a little further down. Jeffrey Ruskus in 15th, followed by Simon Ripper in 16th. Eric Tveit in 17th, followed by Greco. I mean, Tveit's going to be happy that he's ahead of Greco. I can tell you that much. He was just barely in server one.
He won't shut up about that for a whole year now.
No. And he's one of the young guns in Touring Pro Series. And David Greco, huge, incredibly talented driver, known probably worldwide for his sim racing vices. And Chris Butcher in 19th, who I wasn't even sure if he was going to get a lap in there. It seemed like he was a little preoccupied. Gary Lennon in 20th, Andreas Loeffler 21st, Kevin Brents in 22nd, Ilya Brekalo, in 23rd, followed by Bricalo. 24th, George Talbot. 25th, Mark Dean. 26th, Ike Roding. And 27th, Marco Felix. 28th, Eric Strani. 29th, Oscar Hardwick. And that rounds out the top 29 drivers. And Multi-BC will be parked in the pits.
Absolutely, Multi-BC not taking part in this. They always come last, Multi-BC. They're rubbish.
Always. Very consistent, though. Very consistent.
So, now you've seen all that, guys. Who's going to win the race?
I'm not guessing. No, I can't guess.
You can't guess. Come on. Will this guy win the race?
That would be huge for Corey.
Have you ever had an Australian win a race in TPS?
Reese Gardner.
Has he won a race?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
He won an ATCC in season 1, I believe. Mid-America, possibly?
No, I think he's only had one podium.
Now you're going to have me go look it up, aren't you?
He's only had one podium. That was the Riders' part this year. He's had 2 poles.
I don't. You know what? No. Who was it? Kevin Hopkins? No,
No.
I think he had poles on Watkins Glen one time.
Yes, he had 2 poles. He's had 2 poles Watkins Glen race, but I don't think he's ever had a win.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
So Corey Slade, I think is gunning. I think my instincts are correct. Gunning to be the first Australian. And anyway, Kevin Hopkins is from New Zealand, Keith. And in fact, the first Australian to perhaps try and win a race in the Touring Pro Series. His strategy at Calder Park, Ivo, didn't work very well, did it? He did a 2-stop, and that was completely not the way to go. So
it's a pre-season event, so it's a good out of the system.
Talk about some of the challenges that the drivers face with these tyres.
Yeah, it's comparable to the F1 tires. Just when they go off, they are going off. Just you need to pit. But yeah, if you are in lap 10 and they're going really off, you're screwed for that. Because it's very difficult to drive three laps with more. So time management is the key here, and I think the guy who has the best time management is going to win. But if I look at the names in the top 10, everybody is time management.
So Kerry Slater just practicing his pit entry. It looked like he got it perfect that time around. So it looks like one of the drivers who's practiced his pit entry.
It's very narrow too. I mean,
yes.
It's a very narrow pit lane. These are very big cars with brakes. Let's call it a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, they're not carbon brakes. And so Corey Slade is looking, obviously practicing his pit stops. And pit lane's very busy right now.
It's so menacing to look down pit lane and see these cars coming down. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, especially when you're in the heat of battle and you know that it's so important to get your stop perfect because you're in a battle and it's going to make or break the rest of your race. And you pull in and then you make a mistake. It is so disheartening. I've done it. I can't even count how many times. It's your heart gets pumping as you're pulling in. You're trying to make sure everything's perfect, but also be right on. So.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing, puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
So now we'll discuss some of the strategy that's going to be involved in this race. And we've got 39 laps here, as people may have guessed, or may have a look at our calendar on TouringProSeries.com/VV8S, and you can see all the links in there, all the news stories also as well. And the race is 39 laps long, so that's roughly 13 laps on each stint, isn't it, Ivo? Drivers actually are facing less of a challenge here in a way with this shorter race than they are with a 150-kilometre race, because you have to two-stop here, whereas in a 150-kilometre race you have to one-stop, and the stint is actually a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's easier for them on the tires, because of course, like you said, 150 kilometers race is one stopper, and so it's 75 kilometers.
So the normal strategy is 13 laps, each stint. Yeah. What are the benefits and of course the non-benefits, I guess, of pitting earlier or later?
Yeah, of course, if you're gonna pit earlier, you have one stint where you of course need to drive longer on the tires. So, and like I said before, they have a big drop off the tires, so it's gonna be very close. And also people need to keep an eye on where they qualify, because they are sharing pit boxes with guys who are qualified next to him. So
yeah,
if one guy goes in before you and you're battling him, you need to keep a clear head and just not follow him in.
Well, and also just to add to something that to what Ivo was saying there is pitting a little early. There's always a pro and a con to it. Obviously, you're going to have to deal with tire wear later on in the race. You're paying for it later on, but the pro is the track position, and this is always something we talk about in pretty every league we do, because track position is gold. If you can undercut someone on the pit early, get out and get the track position, you're in control. You're the one that is setting the pace, and you're the one they have to get by you. And it becomes the onus is on them, not you, to get by someone because you have more tires under you.
And of course, we were talking about, weren't we, how difficult it's going to be to overtake because everyone's so evenly matched. That could be your only chance to overtake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, there are a few really good passing zones here, but like we said, they got to be very robust moves. It's got to be. You have to just commit. It's not going to be a half up.
It's a wide entry here, as you can see, there's a shot with Loeffler, but it narrows into the corner.
Yes, it narrows, and also on the exit of the corner. So you run out of racetrack if you end up side by side. You run out of racetrack for two cars to come through there, and that's why, like I said, it needs to be a robust. You need to commit. It's not like a half pass where you're side by side. Oh, maybe we're going to carry on through the next few corners, and I might get it. You need to say, I'm going and I'm through.
Absolutely, because you need to set it up for 3 corners before that.
Exactly.
Plan that. Really get
absolutely. So we've got 16 seconds left in warm-up. Just to fill people in on the procedure for the race as well, there is a formation lap before each event in the Virtual V8 Supercars, followed by a standing start. We'll see the drivers go around in the formation lap. They'll come around they'll hop in their slots. They'll hopefully get in their slots pretty quickly, and we can all get racing and underway. And we see it from a standing start, which is always spectacular, isn't it, Keith? I do prefer the standing starts to the rolling starts, I have to admit.
I do like the double wide formation laps in ATCC though. They do look incredible on the broadcast, but no, the standing starts give there's a lot to do. I mean, you got to defend, you got to try to overtake, and you got to concentrate on getting off the line and non-essential personnel first straightaway, because everyone is hungry at the start of the race.
Absolutely. And of course, people need to control their adrenaline right now on that formation lap.
Yes, and we're actually joined by Stoffel Van Dorn in the chat room, who was unable to race with us because he has prior commitments with his real racing, and we obviously at TouringProSeries wish him the best of luck with all of that, and we look forward to him racing with us in the second round.
So good luck to you, Van Dorn and Stoffel, in the Formula Renault Northern European Championship. And he's won 2 races of the 3 so far this year already. So we're looking forward to seeing how he does a bit later in the season. And now drivers are setting off on their formation lap. And let's just go on board with one of these drivers here, and let's look.
And Ryan, while we're on formation lap, I just did want to maybe make the announcement about how we're going to do the
absolutely go ahead.
The prize. GamePod has provided us with a promo code for 25% off of any purchase through GamePod.co.uk, and this is going to be available to any of the viewers that are watching right now. How we're going to do this is, or to enter into the draw, what you need to do is you need to go to GamePod.co.uk. You need to look up, find out 3 names of 3 drivers who have given testimonials, and 1 magazine that has given a testimonial, the name of a magazine, and go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/TouringProSeries, and post in the post that Ryan will be putting up right now as I'm speaking, and post your entry there with the 3 names of the drivers, the name of a magazine, and for every one that is correct, we will put you into a random draw, and the winner will be selected and receive a promo code for 25% off of any purchase at GamePod.co.uk. So the larger order you're making, the more money you're going to be saving. So if you buy one of their higher end gaming rigs, you're talking 250 pounds. It's a very, very generous offer that GamePod has put up for you, the viewers who are making this broadcast so special. So the information will be actually posted in the chat room by our man here, Ivo Simons.
Doing that at the moment.
Okay, so he'll post it up there. It's posted up in the chat room for all of you guys to see. Ryan has posted it up on our Facebook page, so good luck to everybody. Just head over to GamePod.co.uk to find out that information, and post your entry on our Facebook page, and best of luck to everybody. So thanks to GamePod again for that. I mean, their support is incredible, and it's made this league really something else. So now, back to what we're all here to see, the season opener of the Virtual V8 Supercars 2012.
Just coming around to the grid right now, so the tension is building. Tension is building inside my stomach. I don't know how the drivers feel.
I have a knot in my stomach right now.
There, it look a great shot that is, as the driver's going to come. Oh, that's not a great shot because I pressed the wrong button. As the drivers come round to the grid, forming up now. There's Strauss on the right hand side, he's on pole position. Left of the shot is Corey Slade for XSG Motorsport. 3rd place, Peter Casa for Torrent. 4th place is William Levesque for THR Red. 5th place is Toby Davis. Look how he's lined his car up as well. His car up.
You know that is such a Toby
lined
Davis.
His car up because he's anticipating a great start. But he's behind Petter Casa. I'm sure Petter is pretty good at starting. But the drivers are now lining up, as you can see at the back there. Just everyone getting into position. Strauss is going to lead this field away, the reigning champion, and the race is about to be underway.
And the revs are going up.
Top left. 5 lights are on, and it's green, and we go in the Virtual V8 Supercars 2012 Championship. Strauss gets a great start away from the grid. Slade's got a great start also as well. It's going to be tight going down to the first corner. Levesque challenging. Carter is following Strauss through. Strauss into the first corner, leads. He leads the field. Slade slots into second. Carter still 3rd. Levesque is 4th. Davis is still 5th, so pretty much as we were off the grid. 6th place is Jesper Torbo, good start for him. Danny Asbury down to 7th. Eighth place is Davila, but Davis is going past Levesque. Davis is past Levesque, so Davis is through. So
Very
THR
clean
orange
start.
versus THR red. Great start there from Strauss.
The Grief is falling back a little.
Where is the Grief gone?
It's
Oh, Butcher!
16.
Butcher got a
Grief
little
is back on to
contact from...
21st.
Ooh.
We've had De Grief down to 21st at the back of the grid. We've also got, David Greco's missed the start and has to wait for the green light to go away from the pit lane. So already, David Greco in trouble in this race.
Very unfortunate
And look
for
at
him.
this! Look at this field streaming down towards turn 6. Unbelievable. There's Simon, Mark Dean bringing up the rear, staying out of trouble this time around. Look at the field streaming through. And they are all the drivers battling for position. Unbelievable scenes here, down towards turn 8 and turn 9.
It's very, very clean start too.
There is
I'm
De
very
Grief.
pleased to see this.
He's in
De Grief.
20th, he's dropped 10 positions.
I think he had the incident with Butcher. They had some contact, so...
Hey Ryan, maybe throw up the star so we can see the positions gained and lost.
Absolutely. Off the grid.
Just so
the
we can
positions
see
gained.
the bigger lose. The Butcher's up 7 positions.
7 positions.
Chris
Again,
Butcher.
been a great start. We've seen that so many times lately.
Yes,
and then
we
Picardo
have.
up 6, Talbot up 5, Gregory De Reef down 8 apparently. I thought he'd qualified 10th. But Diem down
Diem's on
13.
11. Oh wow, that's a huge loss.
Carson's gone down 1 position. Davis is up to 3rd, so we've missed that on the screen. We've missed that, so we go up to Tveit and Yashin fighting very, very hard just ahead of this group. Let's go up towards the top of the standings now. There's Tveit fighting with Yashin for 15th. All the top 14 are all very close together, in fact, actually. There is Ailey in there, and Schlemo in 9th. Davilar in 8th, just hanging on to the back of this group.
Levesque scored. Levesque's
I'm
making a
looking
move
tall.
down Casa into turn 1. You gonna do it? No. Oh, Levesque is looking very sporty right now.
Yes, he is. But Davis got a great start, really, in the end. It wasn't the start that gave him the positions. It's been the first lap. And look at the gap he's made over the big gap between Slade and Strauss, and then Davis and Carter. So they're slowing each other up. So
Yeah,
1 second between Slade and Davis, and another second between Davis and Carter. And that's difficult to get back.
It is, and I mean, obviously this is early in the race. We still have a whole 37 laps to go here racing.
Oh, and Levesque pushing hard on the grass. Got Torborg right behind him.
Oh, that's a great shot looking back over the game pod wing, and these guys are looking racy to start. I mean,
Torborg's got a great out there. Look at that. That was a beautiful line. Looked like to make a great exit. And looking
love how
menacing
these
in
cars.
behind Levesque.
I love how these cars dive down going into the braking zones. They're just such menacing looking cars.
They've got so much weight, of course, as well. They'll have engines
Oh,
in the front. And Levesque is looking very, very close to the back of Peter Carter. Peter Carter, should I say. Levesque got a great run through here.
Ooh.
Will it line him up for a good run out of here down towards turn 13? No, he doesn't quite
Nope.
get the exit that Carter did. So, perhaps he won't challenge this time around.
Yeah, the entry speed through those corners there, it looks good on entry, but it does affect your exit.
Carter
a little wide.
Levesque's opportunity.
Levesque
Down
the
the
inside.
inside, he's going to force it. He's going to force it. He's going to force it down the inside, side by side, out on the AstroTurf. But now Carter has the inside line, and he holds off the clear Euro Series champion Levesque around the outside.
He's done it.
Has the inside
He's
for the
done it.
final corner. Great
He's
pass
done
there
it.
from
Beautiful
Levesque.
move.
Beautiful.
Beautiful move. Oh,
Let's
yeah,
watch
he's
that on
showing.
the replay.
Yeah, let's
watch
see that.
replay
Let's
from
see that
Levesque's
from.
point of view. This is on board with Carson. Sorry, forward. There's Levesque. Now he just had a little bit of overlap. Dove very deep in there, didn't he?
Yeah, and he committed. That's the thing. He committed to this pass. He held the outside here, which is this narrows down quite a bit as you head towards pit lane here. And Casa giving him a bit of room and carried through. Beautiful move by Levesque, showing why he is now a champion in Touring Pro Series.
Absolutely.
It's still sporty though. I mean, Cass is now all over the back of Levesque, and it's actually tightened up. They've that battling that's happened between the two of them has closed the cars behind them. But while they're battling the front, the guys ahead of them are getting away. Davis has pulled away. Slade and Strauss have all gapped this group here.
And Slade made a small mistake on that first sector, I believe, because he lost 4/10 to Strauss.
Don't do that, Slade. Too early. Come on.
It's really 2 to 3 seconds between Davis and Levesque.
Absolutely, and Levesque won't be happy about that. That's why he wanted to get past Carter so early, because he didn't want to lose so much time. Look at this train of cars. Torborg, Asbury, Davilar, Schlemo, Ailey, Ruskus, Butcher, and VR and Ripper, all very close together indeed. And Yashin has caught up to this group now as well. He's managed to fend off Tveit. Everyone's very, very close indeed. Nobody's getting away from anybody apart from the top 3. And now Ripper's round the outside of Francisco VR into turns 11 and 12. Doesn't work through there, really. And Ripper's looking like he wants to get through. Oh, and
no!
Oh, he's passing.
He hit the wall.
Have a huge accident then. He clipped the wall Oh, he was
he's got
millimeters
damage.
from having a huge wreck.
He had to have hit the wall. I mean, it looked
Let's go on
like
board with him. Watching this from his point of view, this is
there's the
front
camera
on
shot
board
right there.
with his-
He caught
Oh,
too
yeah,
much
he-
curb there.
Oh, he did clip it. He did clip it. Look at the front wing is slightly bent in.
It could have been so much worse because if he hit that any further up, he would have bounced right across the track in front of the entire field.
Oh,
wow!
that would have been a huge impact. Now Ripper's looking very racy on the back of Ruskus. Looking back now from Ruskus. If we can get the right shot, there we are. And Ripper down the inside. Will he make it work? No.
Oh, just squeezes him a little bit.
Yashin looking menacing as well.
Davis is going to make a move on Slade for sure. He's 3/10 faster every lap now.
So Davis is right behind Corey Slade. Oh, here we are. Here's the battle. Slade's run wide at turn 4. Through turn 5 they go. Now
Look at
turn
this.
6.
He's got a great run on him here.
But it's all about tyre conservation as well. He can pick all these positions and be as aggressive as you like, make it to lap 10 and then start pushing too hard, and your tyres go off. Fastest lap of the race there from David Greco, despite being back in 29th position, having to start from pit lane. So
Davis!
Down the inside! I'm not sure he actually went for that, but Slade...
It was half commitment.
Slade was great driver there from Slade, wasn't it? Because he saw it and gave room, and nothing happened because of it.
No, that was really good.
Tom Haley's spinning down the field. Where's Tom Haley gone? Down the field he's gone. There he is. No, that's not where he is. He's there. Back in 21st. From 8th.
We can catch the replay maybe?
Yeah, perhaps we can. Here he is. Oh, there he is.
Oh, he just got him.
Just very strange accident.
He just got. What happened there?
He left the rears up. I think just a little.
That's just rewind.
Oh, it's very dangerous pulling out there. That's.
Does the grief goes through the grass there, or is that leg in replay?
I think it was a little bit like.
Oh, it's very straight. Like
that's a very strange incident. Very strange incident.
And he rejoins. Oh, it wasn't too bad. Oh, that was.
Little naughty.
A dangerous rejoin, to be honest. He kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, I guess. Because once you've turned around in these cars, you're kind of a bit stuck. There's not very much steering lock on these things.
Oh,
now,
off sideways.
Oh, he's going to go straight in the wall then. He's got Stephen Diem right behind him. Where is David Greco? Is he making any progress at all through the field?
No.
Marco Felix. 17.70. Marco Felix has ruined his front end of his car, so he's had an accident somewhere. Can we catch that on replay? No, we can't. So Greco, 17.5 seconds behind Felix, so he's definitely made a gain on the back of the field, and will pick up that position now Felix is pitted as well. So Greco actually looking quite promising despite being way back, and now Slade and Davis still hard at battle. The gap has been growing between these two and Strauss.
Strauss is picking up where he left off last season. I mean, really, this is the form that Strauss had ending last season in the V8s, and he's carried it over here, but just in thicker company of talent this year. And I mean, he's proving that this is he wants this championship. Yeah, Slade is really under heavy attack from Davis. Davis is pushing hard, but it does also look like I mean, Davis he tried a kind of an accidental pass there. He's got to understand that if he pushes too hard now, it's definitely going to affect him over the length of this race, because it's going to affect. It looks to
me like it's understeering a little bit as well there. Through turns 11 and 12, looked like the front end was pushing quite a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Felix out of the pits, 41 seconds in the pits there.
It ruins his afternoon.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. With the field running the way it is, I mean, we haven't seen any real incidents. I mean, really, other than personal incidents like Tom going off on his own there.
Levesque is not away from Carter. Tom been very challenging. He's not challenging, is he? He's making sure he's just there.
Tom probably. He's really gaining and putting on some good sector times.
He's not pushing Carter to make Carter go slower and therefore lose time to Levesque. A sensible driving there from Tom. We've seen this time and again. We've also got a bit of a gap there back towards Asbury, Davila and Schlemo. And Davila's looking a bit menacing behind Danny Asbury. Robocop has branded him for this season. Dead or alive, he's taking that position.
Yeah, dead or alive, this is my spot.
And now it's Davis and Slade 3.1 seconds behind Strauss. So either these two have dropped off in terms of time, or Davis is being held up. But Levesque is not pulling away from cars, so perhaps he just wanted to just get ahead and run in clean air. You know how you are on a public road, and if someone's ahead of you, you just hate them being ahead of you. Just want to be ahead, no matter how far ahead you are.
It doesn't matter how fast you're going. You could be going 50 over the speed limit. You still need to get by them.
And of course, they're very smooth through that corner as well. We saw in practice, didn't we, Keith? People were going sideways through that turn 5. But this time around, people have been very sensible.
Definitely, and I mean, these guys they're putting on a great show so far. I mean, the fact that there haven't been any incidents, that everyone got through cleanly, and the turn one here to this track is infamous for incidents, pretty well in any league that I've seen. It narrows down,
for instance.
Oh, exactly, and these guys handling these massive machines with ridiculous amounts of horsepower in 30 cars headed through turn one, not an incident. Fantastic job, great start to the season.
Butcher's in 10th position. And that has gained him nine spots so far in this race. That's a fantastic start for Butcher. Really fabulous driving. And he's managed to fend off VR as well.
Just up a little ahead, Devalar's all over the back of Asbury. Yes. Asbury's really feeling the heat right now.
Devalar's looking for a wave pass. He's just looking menacing. That's not a pass. That's just to say, I'm here, and you give me an opportunity, I'm going past.
Yeah, and Danny's saying right now, your move, creep. Danny Robocop Asbury.
So this is the big train here. Ruskus, Ripper, Tveit. And look behind Tveit, there's Bricalo, Lennon. And we've got also Yashin, Talbot. Look at this stream of cars. De Grief, Brent, Tom Ailey, Andreas Loeffler. We've got Stephen Diemer there as well. A bit further off this group, we've got Strada. So that's where the loneliness starts. But between Ruskus in 12th and Diem in 23rd, there's not much at all. In fact, there's just 6 seconds covering those 12 cars.
Devalar down to the inside of Asbury. Nope, not going to do it.
So this is where all the action is. Look at these cars. Position. He actually got down to 15th, 17th. He wasn't 15th at one point.
But you can see, though, there's not a lot of, again, like we talked about, this overtaking is difficult at this track because it's hard to place your car down the inside at some of these spots. I mean, otherwise you're either going to overshoot the corner or you're going to hit the guy, and it really needs to be a committed, robust move. And we saw that with Levesque, and he committed to that pass. He was not backing off on that one.
Here's George Talbot looking extremely aggressive at the back of Yashin, looking very, very closely. What looks like he's wanting to get past. Maybe Yashin struggled a little bit with tyres because he's dropping back ever so slightly because he was battling with Tveit earlier. Managed to fend him off, and now he's back in this pack, enjoying himself in this midfield racing with names like Lennon, Bricalo, Ripper, Ruskus, Talbot, De Grief, Brent, Alien, Loeffler, and DM. I mean, it's unbelievable. We can't really call them midfield packs.
Aliens and predators, as Mr. C says. We've got aliens and predators out here.
It's almost like lower top order rather than midfield. It's an unbelievable list of names back here. And here is Lennon. He's looking on the back now of Bricalo, the Croatian, down towards turn 13. Bricalo defends one way and another way, trying to seem like he's going to defend. Takes middle line in the end. Oh, and Tveit runs wide. He won't be able to make his way through, though. Tveit defending that 14th position. Here is Ripper and Ruskus. They managed to get a bit of a gap now from that battle, that train that Tveit is holding up. It's a Tveit train.
I think
Ripper and Ruskus.
Half of the people are thinking about the undercut.
Well, it's a little bit early to do any undercutting because
not really, but they're thinking about it. I think.
Oh, they have. Well, you have to. In a train like that, if you feel you're quicker than even just one car ahead of you, it makes sense to undercut because you're losing so much time by being in that pack, and it's worth the free air.
I
know.
Undercut,
and then everyone goes in.
Status quo.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pit now.
Schlemo's caught up to the battle between Asbury and Devalar. Here they are, and Butcher is not far behind either. So it looks like Asbury's holding this pack up.
Yeah, and Schlemo was last year's race winner
right
too.
On the grass there.
Yeah, last year's race winner Schlemo is trying to get in form here, get himself up the rankings.
Started last season off slowly as well.
Strauss is really pulling away. He's 1 second faster than Slade and half a second faster than Toby Davis. So
after 8 laps, the gap is only 4.1 seconds. That's half a second a lap, and those guys have been battling. So it's not been exactly like domination from Strauss yet. That only takes one mistake.
About his tires, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. But of course, these guys could be thinking about the tyres also. So you never know. Davis is very, very, very close all the time through this sector, but not able to make a definitive pass just yet. Just what we're talking about. It's difficult to pass. Very difficult, and but different styles as well. You got to think though, there is some
Lennon is dropping, and Loeffler also.
What happened?
Loeffler just lost 1 position to DM. Lennon's back down to 23rd. So something's happened to the Scots.
Yeah,
he drops way back actually. It must be a mistake somewhere.
Look ahead of that is
unbelievable,
incredible. Just absolutely incredible to see that many cars.
I would not like to be in the middle of
contact!
Oh, in the wall!
What happened there?
Brent's in the wall!
Who is that?
Brent's got away with it.
Who is
Ailey
Tom?
has
Ailey's involved. Ailey's lost his front clip. Oh no! Here, can we let's catch that on a replay if we can.
Oh, and Lennon.
What
happened?
happened?
Let's try and get it on replay. On board with.
Yeah,
There is Brent.
Comes
Oh,
across.
they both.
Oh.
Ailey came off the corner. I would have to say that probably Ailey's fault. Let's go
It
for a
wa-
swingman view and look at.
Oh.
Try and fight. There's Ailey's
There
car
we go.
now. So
He just gets loose, comes across on the curbing. It comes across into.
Well, he's gone straight there, and wheels touch. Look, wheels touch.
Oh,
pop,
you know, yeah,
and then
you know,
spit.
yeah,
Spit
you
into
know
the
all
barrier,
about that.
bang. Oh, and actually Brent hit the wall quite hard as well, but didn't get much damage.
Well, Ely's got no front clip. Brent's. Is anyone out yet? I don't think so. No.
No, nobody's out yet.
No one's out yet. Everyone is still running. Felix was a lap down, but I believe
Ailey's in the pits. There he is.
got his lap back. So
It's
Ailey's
not completely disastrous because he doesn't have to make an extra pit stop. I don't think. I think he's able just about make it on fuel. That, but of course his tyres would be look pretty second hand. He loses lots of time repairing that damage.
Yeah, the damage.
Tarbo passed Gaza.
Tall,
Oh,
yeah.
we missed that as well in that action. Tarbo past cars has stalked him for many laps, didn't he? Didn't push the issue. Waiting for his opportunity.
Yeah, that was very, very patient. Talberg, the Iceman, is the name I've given him, and some don't like it, but I'll stick with it for this season.
It works. It worked very well indeed. And Dave Lar still looking to get past Asbury. Just menacing.
Let's see here. So
looking back from Asbury's Ford.
57-second stop for Ailey. That's really it's. I know how excited Tom was leading into this. He hasn't had too much overall luck. I know he just got his first win in TouringProSeries in the Clio race, and I know he just hasn't had. He's had kind of a dark cloud hanging over him in our league.
What happened to him in race 1 at Sears Point, Keith? You can't remember what happened. Somebody hit him.
Yeah, I think it was you. Yeah, that's right. I remember calling that race.
But of course, I mean, Tom can only blame himself for that particular incident, not the incident itself, because it looked like a racing incident for what we saw in it. I said most people would agree with that, but the mistake that saw him drop back into that group.
Yes.
And opened up the possibility for that kind of contact. Oh, Butcher right up behind Schlemo.
Wow, Strauss is just on fire. He's 5.2 seconds ahead of Slade. Slade has actually dropped significantly. His lap times have dropped down quite a bit, and Davis is menacing on him. But in the distance, you can actually see Levesque and Talberg are closing the gap to the battle.
Right.
They are closing quite a bit. And again, this comes back to Levesque's tire wear. He's very good with the tire wear.
Look at Talbog's tire wear. He's been battling with Carter, kind of, and still able to keep his tyres in check. He's raced right on the back of William now.
Yeah, the first didn't finish. Hardwick is out, I see.
Hardwick is out of the race. He's indeed DNF, so it just happened just now. We'll try and get a reason for that on the forum. Perhaps he'll post just before the end of the race, and we'll try and pick that up for you guys and fill you in. But Ailey and Felix had one lap down having made that pit stop.
Talberg's looking down the inside of Levesque. Oh. He's got him. He got a great run. He's
beautiful move.
Easy pass.
And of course, Levesque's not going to fight it.
Yeah. These guys are... Oscar Hardwick got a disco. Oh, sideways. Oh. And I just got word from Simon Malouche, Torrent Motorsports owner. He's Oscar Hardwick disconnected, unfortunately. Really unfortunate for him and their team.
Racing's version of mechanical fail. It comes back to bite Oscar Hardwick. Watching the replay, Talbog's passing. We'll just rewind it for you guys.
If he gets
that is a beautiful
run.
move. That is a beautiful move. Let's look forward. Look back from... and look at the line he took.
Oh, beautiful.
That was just a beautiful exit. If drivers want to know how to drive a V8 Supercar around turn 12, watch that right there.
That was
beautiful.
Incredible.
Past Asbury.
Oh, he got by Asbury now? Okay,
so again.
There we go. They're still side by side. Asbury's coming back at him, going to be side by side coming down towards that corner, down towards turn 3. And Asbury gives up the position. Danny!
Oh, no, contact!
Oh, Schlemo in the wall.
Who is that? Is that Butcher?
Taking advantage.
Butcher went by Schlemo like... Oh, he took advantage. Butcher capitalized there.
Let's watch that on the replay.
Yeah, look at Butcher capitalize here, because Schlemo checks up a little bit. Butcher's in the draft. Schlemo checks up when these guys are going in deep. He just goes
very hard. Big look at the wheel lock up. Look at the wheel lock up as he goes into the braking zone. Try and get on the slow-mo. There we go. There goes the wheel.
Oh, and he just misses the back.
Oh, and of course he went across the track while he was doing the lock-up. Couldn't turn, of course, and there's Schlemo.
And he gets into Schlemo.
Shot and hitting the wall. But great action from these guys. Very, very close indeed. And here they are. Dave Lars already gapped this group, as you would expect. But
Yeah,
Butch
and
had a great race here.
great
And
race.
Davis
He's come
has
up.
passed Slade. Davis has passed Slade.
Oh, he's cleared him too. He's
Clear
gone.
as well. Let's try and see if we can get that on the replay. Not optimistic, but we'll try for you. Oh, and Ike Roddy's missing his front bumper as well, so he's hit a wall somewhere. Oh no, that's Ailey
That's
again.
Tom Ailey. I don't
Ailey
know if we're
again.
going to catch that. Well, he passed him well back. No, I don't think we're going to catch it.
Let's try and see. It might be
Maybe.
around turn one.
Turn one?
So, sorry guys,
it goes
let's
way
rewind. Let's
back.
try and see this. Maybe
This is
around
the longest replay we've ever had.
Yeah.
Ever.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, he made
Here
it.
we are. We've seen it several times, haven't we? Out of turn 13, into turn 14, and a nice authoritative pass.
Great run. That was a beautiful move. And Corey, again, preservation of your car and thinking about the long term here in this for this championship, because he could have fought harder for that spot, but it's early in the season.
Tolberg's past Slade. Tolberg past Slade.
Oh, Corey's really struggling.
Corey's struggling on
he needs to get into
laps.
pit. He needs to pit immediately because he's losing way too much time. Levesque is going to be buying him very soon.
And Tolberg's gaining on Davis, Tolberg is gaining. Davis is not very far away at all. We saw Davis going through turn 3 there, and there is Tolberg. So these drivers playing it smooth, playing it clever.
Yeah,
and Davis is not known for his tyre conservation, despite the fact he's really been trying lately. He's not known for it.
Maybe Corey's getting tired. It is 5 in the morning over there, and he hasn't slept. Levesque's down the inside of Corey. Corey's fighting him hard.
He is. He's got some room, racing room. Oh, don't do that, boys. Oh,
Corey's
just about
Corey's had enough.
Levesque through.
That was a menage a THR on Corey.
Oh my God.
Marco Felix is also out.
Oh, Butcher down to 12. Butcher down to 12. He's made a mistake. Down at Sector 1, I believe. Here it is. 3 wide, coming down towards turn 6. Schlemo VR. Schlemo the wall again there, you see.
2 wide here.
And there's VR, and then Butcher goes straight off.
Oh.
Again, Butcher being too aggressive on the brakes, perhaps. Pushed him on too many times. And that time, he locked wheels with the other guy and went straight off, and he's lost.
These cars are very unforgiving to very aggressive driving, and you can see it. I mean, you can kind of get away with it in the WTM cars, but you can really see when you get aggressive with them, the cars just don't like it very well. They almost slap you back in the face. And Tolberg's getting all over the back of Davis now. He's close.
3 seconds behind. He's close 6/10 in just half a lap. Oh, Ruska's in DeGrief. Harder battle. Ruska's always on the grass. DeGrief take advantage of this now, can he? Down into turn 14. Squeeze across. That's it. Perfect pass there from DeGrief. And through he goes. Ruska's down the inside.
Nope, not going to happen there. No.
Oh, Slamo into the pits. So the first of the pitters. Corey has not pitted. I'm surprised by that.
Corey needed
to pit that time around. He's lost a place to Carter as well.
He's losing too much time to not pit early. Yeah, he's going to pay for it later, but he needs that. Early. He's got to get in. He's losing way too much time. Get a new set of tires. Try and conserve them a little better this time around.
This is his teammate. He's seen off Ruskus. We saw them battling very, very hard earlier in the race, but he's seen off Ruskus now. He's in 10th. Yeah,
and Marco Felix has retired due to suspension damage.
So just perhaps had another off somewhere, perhaps?
Possibly, yeah. But, very unfortunate for Marco. Not the start he was looking for. No, I'm surprised. Well, it is the 12th lap, so it should be 13. Lap 13 is the kind of the third of the race. So this would be an undercut lap. So Schlemo's looking to get an undercut here on the guys he was racing with, which was a pretty tight battle.
Greco's into the pits. He's obviously had a difficult afternoon, having been starting from the pit lane and starting a whole sector behind the rest of the field.
Yeah, and Schlemo's back out on track, so we're going to see where he slots in, because I think we're going to see the rest of the field pitting very soon. Tolberg's all over the back of Davis. It looks like he might even make a move.
Of course, Schlemo was battling with VR. Let's go forward. Go forward now from.
Look at that! There's that training.
It's still going on, this battle. It's thinned out a little bit with a couple of incidents we've had and people pitting, whatever. But it's still very fraught. And we got
Davis,
Tolberg very
into the pit. Both of them. Both of them into the pit.
Oh, and Davis pushing very hard there on pit entry.
Both of them. Oh, and Levesque, all three THR cars into the pit.
Did much better and breaking for the pits there.
I hope people checked the pit spot.
Yeah.
Because it's very busy now.
And Davis into the pits, and of course, at the same time.
Someone didn't pay attention to their pit stall because Strauss just came out. Who was that just behind Tolberg in the background there?
That was Levesque, perhaps. Slade.
Okay.
Levesque or Slade?
Who's I can't see. Levesque.
Everyone's in. Look at this. Look at traffic in here.
I don't know. This is a madhouse in the pits here. But yeah, these guys needed to have checked their pit grouping for the guy they were
looks like
pitting
no
next
one's
to.
having any problems, actually. I think everyone's...
Okay.
The pit bays are very close together. No one's having any problems, it seems.
Let's see where
everyone's
Schlemo's locked
just
in.
about getting away with it. It seems, Asbury having to squeeze out behind VR, and Asbury's lost out. Perhaps Asbury has missed out there.
Yeah,
Asbury
and
was definitely way ahead
Schlemo's
of
coming
VR.
across the start-finish line. Let's see where he's going to slot in with his group of guys that he was racing with.
Where is Schlemo's? Trying to find hard to try and get this guy, because some drivers haven't pitted. Surprisingly enough.
He's gone through turn 1. There he is there. So who is he?
Schlemo's ahead of VR. He was battling with him before, so Schlemo's maybe... that's the undercut right there.
Huge. Look at the gap he picked up on Vilar.
And DM out. DM out of this race.
No. What happened
to him after the disconnect for the Torrent Motorsports. Not happy. Not happy so far for Torrent Motorsports. Lamo is in 17th. He's right behind Corey. Corey's lost a place to Davilar as well, look.
Yeah, I know. He's going backwards here, and it's not the start he was looking for. He had a great opening stint in the first stint there, but just
the
wore the car
drivers have spaced out quite a lot, look.
Yeah.
Davis, Tolberg and Lebeck all spacing themselves out. Mark Dean not pitted, Strana not pitted, Roding not pitted. And now that Strauss, of course, has pitted, and Strauss has got a couple of cars between himself and Toby Davis. That might work in his favour. Lennon is not pitted either. Bricalo, Talbot, Ruskus, Butcher and Ripper all not pitted.
Davis gapped Tolberg. They were bumper to bumper before the pit.
The THR drivers are really spaced out. Cars are in.
Wow.
A nice empty pit lane for him.
Yeah, see that. But the problem is he was losing so much of per lap at that point.
But of course, now he can perhaps go 12 laps on one of the next stints.
Yes, true.
Push harder. True. So that could be a key for him.
Could nice
Ripper's in as well.
Nice
Butcher.
and clean.
Ruskus in. Strauss.
Remaining drivers.
He's behind. Bricalo's not pitting. He's going to do 15 laps. This is a alternative strategy.
Yeah, but you can see the difference. Look at Strauss commanding through turn 1 and 2.
Strauss will be leading this race by turn 3.
Oh, yeah.
Carl leads the race at the moment.
Doing 58, so it's way too much.
Yeah, look at him, and Bricalo's fighting him hard, but Strauss has got the tire. He's going to do it very easily.
Yep, straight through he goes.
Yep. It didn't even really need to force the issue. Just he's got the tire, and you can see Bricalo. He'll gap him huge. Just look at how much he's pulled away in just 2 corners.
Absolutely, these sprint tyres do go off very quickly indeed. But Davis has got an 8.4 second gap between himself and Strauss. That's bigger than it was before the pit stops.
And he's 2.5 seconds back to his teammate Tolberg, who was right on his bumper going into the pit before going into the pit. Sorry.
Yep. And Carson's back into 6th. He's right behind Levesque. I think Carson perhaps has made a small gain, despite pitting later.
He's closing in on Levesque.
Yeah.
The first pit stop, 12 seconds. So.
And Brent's back into the pit, it seems.
Schlemo up to 8th.
He's dropped way back. So Slade's dropped 5 positions just at the end of one stint.
At the end of the first stint, yeah.
And Schlemo's managed to gap VR. Asbury's dropped quite a bit of time. Perhaps he was waiting for somebody in the pits and had to just wait another... Looks about 10 seconds it looks like he had to wait. Where is Davilar?
Davilar's down in 17th. What happened?
I think perhaps he's had a speeding penalty, perhaps?
Let me I'm just going to...
His pit stop was fine.
I'm just going to check here. Yes, he did. He did have to do a drive-through. I'm watching the replay on mine here. He did do a drive-through. Maybe
Talbot did as well, because he's way back off this group.
Very unfortunate for Davilar. He had a great run going on his way up through the field, and it can happen. I mean, there's still another pit stop too.
Brent's been through the pits again. I think he had a drive-through also. Greco now gained 4 positions from the start of the race. On the
Bricalo into the pits now, finally.
Haley's still going around without a front wing, it seems. Perhaps he's lost it, just clipped it somewhere.
Yeah, it just hasn't put it back on.
Yeah.
He will have it on.
DM Billings and Hardwicks, who we've lost from the race. That's Bricalo in, finally, like you were saying.
Yep, he's gone back to 9th. He's gone back quite a bit, because he was losing so much time by staying out that long.
Of course, he can do 2 12-lap stints now, though, so perhaps come back into play later. And a fast stop as well, 12.7 seconds. That's a decent
very,
pit stop.
very early.
Davis's gain on Strauss, 0.7 of a second. Since we last talked about it in the last lap, I think.
Casa has dropped off the back of Levesque now. Levesque is pulling away
another
from
2 tenths
Casa.
for Davis. No, Casa's still 1.3 seconds behind. That's like he was just before when we mentioned him before. 1.7 now, so it has increased a little bit. Torborg is following Davis. Davis has gained 0.9 of a second over the last lap and a bit. on the leader, Strauss.
Yeah, see, now that we've gone through our first round of pit stops, we're starting to see the field obviously spread out a little bit.
Lennon's been through the pits as well again.
Yeah, Lennon's back to the pits. Greco is making up one spot now. He's going to be going by Lennon through the pits, so making some small headway. Very unfortunate for him. I'm not sure what happened there. He missed the start. Like, what would cause that?
Not getting onto the grid in time, so you have to wait
in
pit lane till the leader passes the first sector line, and then you can leave the pits.
A lot of small misfortunes here, like the disconnects and stuff like that. It's not the way you want to start a season off.
Not at all. Schlein was very lonely now at the front. Everybody's all spaced out after those pit stops.
And De Grief on also 3-4 positions with pit stops. So
that was fastest lap, 52.6.
So he's responding to the challenge laid down by him by Toby Davis. Toby Davis fastest lap. There you go. Oh. So it is on at the front. This is a head-to-head right here, right now.
52.4. That's a very nice lap by Toby.
Great lap. And now here's Dave Allard now on Ruskus. Having another look. So there's quite a lot from Dave Allard today, trying to get past drivers. And down the inside, going to try and... No, he's not.
No,
it's better off. He'll let Ruskus do that instead.
Oh, but Ruskus is going to battle hard.
Oh, nice great racing for both of them there, and it looks like Dave Allard's got the run look.
It does. I think he's clear of him.
He is, there he is.
Yeah, he's clear. Nice move. It's commitment. He just committed to that. Obviously, Ruskus made the mistake, but committed to going around the outside in the final corner.
How much deeper he went into the first corner, and how much he'll be able to get better exit also. Great driving there from Dave Allard. So he's back on his way, back trying to challenge back for that top 10 spot he was in before. Yashin and Loeffler quite close together, 1.3 seconds behind those, and Loeffler's benefited from those pit stops, it seems to me. Butcher is still in 12th like he was before. Grief pursuing Ripper. So we'll just keep an eye on the gap at the front. 7.8 seconds now is the gap between Davis and Strauss. So maybe Davis has ruined his tyres doing that lap time, and Strauss is able to do the lap time without ruining his tyres. He
wanted the non-existent points for fast lap.
Perhaps. Talbot, Roding, to Veit, back then 20th. It's a good performance here from Eric, though.
Yeah, but
because of the field that he's in.
Penalty, I believe, because I saw him pit and then pit again, so I think he dropped a lot.
It seems like several drivers not heeding the words of all the drivers around saying, practice your pit entries. You will speed in the pits, and it seems like no one's listened, and they've all had to pay the penalty. Brent is also one lap down, and so is David Greco. And I don't think he's actually one lap down, just not able to get to the next sector before the other sector before. So Lennon and Ailey. Lennon's had a poor race because of that drive-through I think he's had, or perhaps another pit stop, because it was 12 seconds his pit stop. So that's the same length as a normal pit stop. So that's a bit strange. But back at the front, this is the guy that's leading the way.
Well, he's making a big statement here by taking pole, getting out front, and not looking back. And this is just how he ended last season, and he's carried over. It's good to see, because it just shows that this is the championship that he wants to win, and he'll do anything to do it. And he's put in the effort. He doesn't do a lot of laps on our official server, but he's working hard in the background on his own server and offline.
Absolutely. So, just while everything's died down here, we're just going to take a quick break.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
So welcome back to the action. Strauss is still leading. Look at the gap he's pulled on Davis now as a result of that. 8.9 seconds is the gap now. It was down to 7.3 before that fast lap that Toby Davis did. That's quite incredible, actually, the gap. That shows, actually, I think perhaps Davis just pushes his tyres too hard.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, it looks like Strauss is just... Yeah, it looks easy what he's doing, but there's no smoke, it's not drifting, it's just being very smooth. Where Toby Davis is a little bit more on the edge. And he's still pulling away, so...
Absolutely.
Good job from him.
Tolbog is not gaining on Davis either. He's actually lost ground. He was 2.5 seconds behind after the pit stop. and he's now some 3.5 seconds behind.
Butcher is really close in the grief.
Yep, Butcher's closing the grief, and there's Levesque in 4th. His car's a nice 5th place for him at the moment. 6th place is Corey Slade. I think he's picked up a position there, Corey. Oh no, because he was actually 7th because Bricala hadn't pitted, so Slade's back where he was before the pit stops, although he'd be disappointed having lost that 2nd position. Schlemer in 7th. 8th place is Francisco Villa. He'd be very, very pleased with that, considering he's a complete rFactor newbie, and especially in these cars, also not exactly the best cars to learn rFactor in, Keith.
Yes. Sorry, I was just a little distracted there.
Ripper and De Grief in 11th and Butcher in 12th, and these guys close together. For those who watched the World Touring Masters season, last season, you'll know that these guys don't particularly like each other, so look out for some fireworks here. Butcher took out Torborg twice at Sebring. De Grief voices complaints about that. Also voices a few complaints about Butcher being very aggressive and holding him up while he was trying to pursue Toby Davis. And so not much love lost between any of THR and Gregory De Grief, to be honest. And the feelings go back the other way as well. So look out for a couple of fireworks here as they get close together.
Well, it's very good to see Gregory back racing again. I'm sure he's probably enjoying himself because it's been a pretty good race, incident free. He's probably enjoying himself, you know, and that's the most important thing is if you're racing, you got to be enjoying yourself, otherwise.
Oh! He's not enjoying that one.
No.
Let's watch the hard replay from
might
from
have to change
point
his
of
trousers.
view. May just have lost a bit more bodily fluid than he had before there.
I think had a run on him. So.
Look at this.
Here
Yeah,
we
he
go.
just right out wide. He didn't use too much curb, just got a little too far. Oh man.
Those quick reactions though. Look at the ground you gain when that sort of thing happens.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
great shot. Butcher's got a great run. Done. That's it.
It's done. It's going to be done before the start-finish line almost.
Pre-booked his flight. He's in. De Grief just did not get off
De
the
Grief
final
didn't
corner.
like it. De Grief doesn't like it. Look at that. Great.
Oh, no way.
Outside. Contact between the two.
Oh,
Butcher's
right.
off.
He's done it.
Unbelievable
He's done
stuff.
it. Wow.
How did he do that?
I thought that was a cut and dry pass.
That was great driving there from De Grief, and great driving from Butcher
Wow.
as well. He could have easily just leaned De Grief off the track then.
Yeah, that was very good driving by both drivers. I thought that was a for sure pass by Butcher. He had such a run out of the last corner.
It wasn't a pre-book. He had to unbook that flight.
No, yeah, the flight was cancelled.
It was.
Don't you get your money back? Probably.
The very last minute.
No, yeah. Yeah, I need a refund on that one.
And De Grief looks like he's under pressure from Butcher, to be honest. Looks like Butcher's got a bit more car about him at the moment.
Oh, he's really battling. It's actually a really good battle going on between 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Tveit, Dean, and Strani. Just we'll keep an eye on this, but I'll watch this on the side here. I think Butcher's he's not waiting any longer. He's going for it. He's down the inside. Oh, that's such a tough spot to pass. Done it. Wow. No, contact. No. Oh, no, he's over. Oh,
he saved it? What?
Oh, he saved it. How did he save it? His teammate goes by, and then there's Sergei Yashin goes by. How did he manage to save that? That was...
He's so lucky there.
I don't have control of the cameras. Ryan just stepped away for a moment. Oh, De Grief, now he's losing another spot to...
It's a replay, Keith. Replay.
Oh, sorry. Oh, jeez.
There we go.
Wow.
It's a replay of that. Let's go on board with him now and catch what it felt like to be Gregory De Grief while this happens.
He tried to fight back for that, and there was side contact, and it just got him up and over.
Look at that!
Wow.
You look at the floor.
This is going to be on highlight videos for years to come. He just pulled a De Grief right there.
In my opinion, you shouldn't have been there.
No, he should have conceded because
too hard that.
Yeah, that's not a spot that's turn 12 there. Turn 12's really hard to make a move through because it's so narrow, and the curb on the inside just gets the car all out of shape.
There we see the contact.
Butcher was already sideways going into that.
He's turning in just normally. He could have given perhaps a little bit more room, but he definitely had the high ground. And perhaps Grief could have shown a bit more. And he's lost another position here to Davilar. Davilar's up another position, and De Grief struggling here. Right in the middle of the stint as well, not even at the end of the stint. But Loeffler's gain of Butcher as a result of all that, you know.
If you go back to 20th, Eric Tveit, Strani, Dean, huge battle. 3-car battle right now. Straney just went by Dean, made a nice move, and Tvite's just kind of holding off these two here at bay, but it's been pretty dicey back here. I've been following. Oh, he saw it! What a save! And look, Straney's going to take advantage. Oh, he hits him in the back!
He's hit him. Look at the damage in front of Stradi's car.
Do some touring car racing.
And Dean's wanting some of this as well.
Struggling with his rear tires.
Oh, look at this. And Dean's trying to capitalize now. He's thinking better. Straney's down the inside and he's going to go. He's cleared it. Nice move. Beautiful move by Straney. Just patient. And Dean's going to try to capitalize now and try to get by Tvite.
He's struggling with his rear tires.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're coming up to... I think we're coming up to the... we're coming up to the second pit stop window, roughly. Oh, no, he holds it. He held it.
He pitted early also.
He did.
He was the first one who pitted, so...
Yeah, and Dean did make a move. He finally got by, so Tvite's falling back here. Dean carries on through by Tvite in this battle.
Just watch those on replay. Both those two moves. There's Strada going down the inside.
Nice move. Very nice. Dean holding back.
Let's go bully out Tvite and see how it felt to be passed.
And we also got to make mention too that we're battling here for 22nd, but there is another 30 drivers racing in Division 2, so this is 22nd out of 60. Absolutely. Just for all the viewers who may not know that, we have 60 drivers racing right now at this point. 30 in Server 1, 30 in Server 2, and they're all fighting to make their way into the big show here in Server 1.
And this is where Dean gets past Eric Tvite on the exit. Eric just runs wide and loses momentum, and there goes Dean. For XSG Motorsport 2.
Toby Davis is closing up a little. He's going a little bit faster than Strauss.
8.2 is the gap now, so... There's Greco as well. He's not far behind this group. Back to live action. Greco's not too far behind this. Oh, I was actually quite further behind than I thought he was. Lennon very lonely at the back now as well. Poor pit stop phase for him. Here's Tom Ailey struggling along. He'll be pitting very, very soon, I feel. It's out of the way of... is that Ripper going through, or is that Slade? That was Ripper. But Slade with the red headlights. So we've got DM, Hardwick and Felix out of the race. Gap between Strauss and Davis, 8.3. Torborg is still 3.4 seconds back from Toby Davis, not able to make any gap. Levesque is losing ground to his teammates. 5.4 seconds behind.
Yeah, his last lap was a 54 flat, and Jesper Torborg was 53.3. So they're losing a lot there.
Looks like Cars is perhaps gaining ever so slightly on the French-Canadian.
Yeah, they drive in the same lap time, so not really that much yet.
Playing there in 6th, Schlemo in 7th. VR's not letting Schlemo out of his sight also. He'll be very pleased with that, considering Schlemo is the runner-up from last year.
He's doing a good job, Pilar. Better than I expected for the first race in the rFactor, so...
Absolutely, of course, he's got plenty of talent. Drove the BMW to 2nd place and 4th place in successive ATCC seasons. Plenty of wins. Has won in the AGTC as well, so plenty of experience with rear drive cars. Obviously just not in this genre. And Asbury will be happy with his performance so far. 9th place, you know, if he'd told him before the race you're going to get 9th place, I'm sure he'd be pretty pleased with that. Ripper there in 10th, he'll be a little bit disappointed with that, considering Slade's in 6th, and the fact Slade's been in 2nd for much of the race.
Tvite is pitting now.
So Tvite's pitting. It's the first, that's lap 23. That's very, very early. There is Tvite. Into the pits. He's got a long way to go on that last final set of tyres. And it's lap 22 for him. Well, it is lap 23 for him, in fact, actually, because Strauss just started his 24th lap.
Hallberg is closing big time on Toby Davis here at the end of this second stint.
Yeah, 2.3 second look.
Huge.
Hallberg in the final few. And Davis hasn't gained on Strauss, and Strauss has pulled away from Strauss, so Hallberg has really been saving his tyres his final few laps in the stint, because he did this in the first stint, didn't he? Pulled right into the back of Davis.
Loeffler, Yashin, and Devilar has actually closed up to the back, almost to the back of these guys in 12th and 13th.
Have a look at that battle. There's Loeffler, there's Yashin, there's Devilar. He's
Devilar, who did get a drive-through penalty too. He was up to, I think, was high 6th or 7th, I think?
7th place, I think he was, yeah.
7th place. So, I mean, he's got the pace, obviously, but he's just trying to recover from a little mishap in the first pit stop. So he's definitely going to be a little bit more tentative and reserved in the second pit stop, second and final pit stop.
He for sure lost, I think, 50 seconds with the drive-through, at least.
Yashin looking on the inside? No, not going to do it. I just posted up the link there and also the information as to how to enter our draw for 25% off, to win a 25% off promo code from GamePod, our sponsor. So all the viewers, if you're interested, I mean, you can't beat it. It's a lifetime promo code, so whenever you're ready to buy yourself a gaming rig, you can save yourself quite a bit of money with this. So it doesn't cost you anything to get to enter, and it'll be a random draw. So here we go. We got Sergei Yashin all over the back of Andreas Loeffler. Yashin down to the inside of Loeffler. Book it. Done. He is through. He is through. He's got cat power there, as you can see it on the side of his car. And
Loeffler is doing a great job. He's not really an rFactor racer, so it's one of the first events, and he's not really easy on his tires. We all know that.
Yeah, it's very good. Like, it's very, very good, and I'm sure he will get more and more. That wall. I know, Ivo. Have you racing this track? Have you ever kissed that wall?
Yeah, a lot with F1
It's almost like it sucks your car in. Like, you know you've messed the corner up, and you can actually feel the wall coming well before you hit it. You know before you turn in for turn 12 that you're hitting that wall, and it just gets closer and closer, and there's nothing. Sideways, Loeffler wide. And Dave Millar's going to take advantage. Yeah, he's probably going to get a nice run from the outside, crossover, get in the slipstream, and go by into turn. Oh, Dave Millar sideways too.
I say pit.
Let's see. There you go. Dave Millar's going to go by with these. Loeffler might defend her. We've already seen it.
Maybe
no, there goes Loeffler. Way too deep.
Off he goes. There we are. There's Loeffler. Straight off he goes. Let's have a look on the replay. So out of turn 16, the final turn he comes. Dave Millar to the inside. It's pretty threatening. And Dave Millar, of course, didn't fall into the trap of braking when the other person brakes. It needs to do.
Everybody, and we were all guilty of it. We've all done it, where we're waiting to see their brake lights, and then you realize, oh, wait a second, I'm off the track.
Dave Millar, another position, slowly catching up to this group.
He's really pushing because he went off the track a little bit, but he's catching Strauss a little.
Torborg is catching both of them. 9.9 seconds is the gap now. It was 11.7 just a few laps ago. So he's gained 1.8 seconds. That's very impressive indeed. Alien to the pits for the final time. Hopefully he's got whatever he got that front end fixed. Perhaps he decided not to bother in the end. Noah's pitting on the lap 25, it looks like to me.
This is
anybody do the undercut? I'm a bit surprised Noah's doing at least one undercut.
I'm going to try. I'm going to go through the field here on my rFactor, see if I can catch. Ely slow at the back. Okay, he's just letting some guys through. I'm going to see if I can catch anybody doing the undercut.
Schlemo's in.
Schlemo's in, okay.
It's worked well for him last time around, so we'll see. He's gone in 7th, and he's 4 seconds behind Slade, so we'll watch out for that. VR carries on. Asbury not pitting.
Asbury carries on. Pilar.
No.
Everyone else carries on. Oh, Talberg's right on, getting really close. Oh.
I think Loeffler is pitting.
Yashin,
Loeffler's
people's concentration is getting frayed, you can feel that.
Yep. Oh yeah.
More mistakes creeping in.
The nerves start to get shorter and shorter, and yeah,
it's Riccardo. There's only been 11 laps on these tyres, 10 laps on these tyres. So there's no point in him pitting yet. And Slamo out of the pits. He's going to rejoin. Probably just behind this battle between Bricalo and Talbot. There goes Bricalo and Talbot. There goes Rusk as well. So Roding, yes, he's ahead of Roding. It's a nice clear track there for Schlemo as well. Important.
That was a very good stop. It was all
Schlemo. Yeah, it's so much nicer getting into the pits when it's empty like that. Yeah. It's scary when you've got. Well, when we saw the first pit stops, like I know Ivo, when you've been in like WTM and that, and it's nerve wracking. You got cars everywhere pulling, and you're trying to hit your stall. You don't want to overshoot. You don't want to hit another car, take a clip off. It's tough. It's tough. So these guys are showing pedigree, and I think we're going to see it again. Oh, Davis.
Maybe it's a good drive with the 40 kilometers per hour in the pit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, exactly.
Talberg in.
Oh, Talberg's in. Okay, good.
Oh, Davis is going for the overcut.
No, not a good move. It's not a good look.
Strauss in, though. Strauss in, and
Overcut
Tolborg.
so 3 years ago.
Levesque is in. Oh, it's not down! Just, yeah, beautiful. Carlson carries on. Carlson going for the overcut as well.
It doesn't need those tires anymore, so you can
it's true. It's good job we didn't do the tires anymore as well. So Strauss out
very
11.3
quick,
seconds.
a really quick stop. Oh, and who was that? Slade locked up
Oh,
hard.
and Asbury looking away before the line.
Oh, he's way
that was
too
VR
slow
doing that.
going in.
That was VR, in fact. Asbury's behind VR. Sorry, excuse my blocked nose.
Decent middle sector for Schlemo.
Butcher and Yashin both in at the same time. They're just to see no contact. Who's flashing? Okay, Butcher just had his lights on for a moment. I think he was trying to hit his pit limiter. Hit the wrong button. His lights are off now.
Yeah, easy to do. And there goes Dave Lar in as well. Loeffler's not pitting, which is surprising considering Loeffler's history with these tires. Ivo.
Yeah, but he worked on the setup. He said, and to get more on the steering car, and just he knows from the preseason event how important it is for.
Sergei Yashin, slow stop, 14.2. Devilar 13, and when you look, Strauss 11.3 seconds for his pit stop.
Oh.
DeGrief 11.1. Okay,
That's a very fast one.
very fast.
He didn't forget to turn off the damage. So.
Slade was 4 seconds behind Slade before those pit stops.
He's right.
Looks like he's gapped a little bit, maybe a second or two. Yeah, yes. In fact, it's almost 3 seconds he's gained.
Very good job there.
So the car between Ruskus has not pitted yet. Neither has Talbot. What will be interesting is where Tolborg and Davis come out together.
I think Tolborg's going to take. The undercut wins. It's just the undercut wins.
The clean exit with nobody in front of him. So
Davis is in though.
Yeah. I would say I'm going to make a quick prediction that that Tolberg will be 1.5 to 2 seconds ahead of Davis after this.
Greco in as well. He rejoins in 25th, but he will gain a couple of positions, I'm pretty sure, for the end of the race. So Davis is out.
Ripper and Asbury and
Strauss is already
Ripper
gone,
on
look
his
at
bumper.
that.
Strauss
Davis
is
is
gone.
trundling down the pit lane at 40 Ks, and there goes Strauss, absolutely gone. See you later, boys.
I think Toby's going to make it.
No, Tolberg's flying down the pit lane.
There we go, there's Tolborg.
Yeah, he's gone. 2 seconds, easy.
Got him.
Easy
Got him.
2 seconds.
And he's got warm tyres as well. And he's been looking for his tyres better than Davis at the end of the stint.
He's gone. I'm wondering if they maybe discussed it, because they talk about everything in the THR. Going to say, all right, you're closing in quite a bit. You pit before I do and carry on, because
otherwise, why does pit together? I don't think their share stops.
True. Yeah.
Slade is still in 6th overall then, so he's kept that 6th position. VR still in 8th. Ripper there coming out now in 9th. He's got ahead of Asbury, so Asbury's had another poor pit stop.
Yeah, I watched
the line.
watched
Watch the line.
Oh, Ripper!
That's too much.
A bit too much.
And who's that? Strani's on the back of Asbury now.
Don't think these guys have pitted yet.
No.
Yashin has pitted. Davilar's behind Yashin, so Davilar this time around did not get a speeding penalty, thank goodness for that.
Oh, you never know.
Grief has dropped behind Brent. I'm not sure if Brent needs to make another pit stop, but he has dropped behind Brent.
Yeah, Brent was, I believe so, yeah. Or he pitted really early. I believe Brent pitted really early.
Brent needs to pit, I believe. Okay. Yeah, and who else needs to pit? See, what happened to Butcher?
Yeah, what did happen to Butcher?
Back in
22nd. He's made a mistake somewhere.
He must have had to do a drive-through. Must have. I'm gonna just look on the live races.
Yeah.
I think
behind Gary Leonard now, but that's a big gap.
Yeah.
Must be a drive-through. Where's Chris Butcher? 3. Yeah, he had to do a drive-through.
Oh, Chris. Driver's just being careless. It's not worth pushing that extra meter.
Yeah, but so I'll just tell you the drivers who have. Where's DeGrief? Something happened to DeGrief. Let's see. No, sorry. So we've had Butcher had to do a drive-through. Davilar had to do a drive-through, and Eric Tveit had to do a drive-through as well. Greco's been in the pits 4 times.
Perhaps he must have done a drive-through as well then, I think. Perhaps one of those pit stops will be the start for the race, I think.
Yeah,
gap between Strauss and Torborg is 11.5 seconds now. Before the pit stops, it was 9.9.
Schlemo got, Slade is pitting now. So.
Slade is pitting now. He's going to drive through. Corey. Ruined the race again. So careless. It really is. I don't get why drivers push so hard.
Oh, come on, Ryan. You can't. Yeah. You know what it's like. You're. Oh, yeah. On the inside.
On the inside.
Did he do it? Nope, didn't do it.
Nope. But it's just not worth it for that extra. Just don't push the extra 1 meter because the pit lane speed is so slow as well. It's not just a drive through. It's almost like a stop and go in a normal series. You're going 40 k's while people are driving past you down that long straight. You know, at speeds approaching 250 kilometers an hour. It's not worth it.
No,
and it's a harsh lesson for many of these guys. It really is. I
totally agree. It's just like I said though. You know what it's like when your heart's pumping. Your blood pressure's up, you're excited, things happen.
No excuse.
Or you just pit from the lead, right, man?
No excuse. Pit from the lead, yep.
3 or 4 second lead. I'm pitting!
3 or 4 second lead that you saw was coming down a second a lap, so you decided to pit.
Never relinquish control. A quick update though on server 2. After the 2 stops, McGregor, Holm, Yunt is the top 3 right now. Thanks to Robert Wiesemuller for giving me that update. I know these guys in server 2 are putting in the effort of their life to get themselves up into server 1 to be in the big show for round 2. So these guys are fighting tooth and nail to get themselves a spot in this. There's 15 spots available because the top 15 from pre-qualification carry over to round 2 just as a reward for being one of the top 15 fastest drivers in their pre-qualification.
Well, look at this. Asbury's caught Ripper. And then look menacing looking back to Robocop.
Robocop. Your move, creep. How did he close in so much? Ripper was gone.
Yeah. Look, the gap was. I'm not quite sure.
It was huge. It was huge.
Fast driving, perhaps, from Danny.
5 or 6 seconds. Oh, it was Robocop.
Oh, look at that! And braking. Wow.
Oh, Danny, Robocop.
He had to almost avoid Ripper then.
Wow.
I think his heart was in his mouth then.
Yeah. Oh, I love. Don't you just love that feeling when you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him.
Oh no! Oh, thank God.
Brent is now. He will drop now.
It's such a great shot looking through there. But yeah, I don't know what happened to Ripper because he had a fair gap.
Who else can we have a cut? Davis is gaining a little bit on Torborg, and Strauss is pulling away once again from Torborg, the THR guys. Strauss looks like he's got this completely in the bag. 9 laps to go. He can afford to lose over a second a lap. Take it easy, nice Sunday drive for Florian.
Yeah, I mean, he's making it look easy. He really is, but you know that to get to this point, it's not just he just hopped in the car and showed up and this is as fast as he is. It took work to get here because look at the guys he's ahead of. That's not an easy task to be where he is. Oh, sorry. Go back to 23rd. David Greco's on a train of 4 cars where he could make up a significant amount of points. Tvite's down to the inside. David's fastest lap. There's a battle of 4 cars with David Greco in 21st. Dean, Tvite, Strani, and David Greco after his being into the pits 4 times. Mr. Callan. I think we've lost Ryan. Well, okay, we're following along with Strauss, and Greco makes a nice move by. 1 second here. And Strauss showing great pace here. I mean, truly.
Closed up, look.
Yeah. No, I think Davis is really pushing now, and Torborg is looking after his tires more.
Perhaps, of course, Davis has 1 lap fresh tyres. Who are you going to put your money on here, Keith? Torborg or Davis?
Torborg, Iceman. We've already seen Davis though at the end of the stint can't keep the car together like Torborg can.
But of course he has a.
Oh, Greco sideways. Oh,
that
sorry.
one extra. Oh, Dave Lar and Yashin still had a battle. I think they just had a little bit of a.
He's taking it easy, Dave Lar. I think.
He's taking it very easy. I'm surprised he's not attacking a bit harder.
Yeah, but sometimes in turn 1, 2 times he just had to move on somebody and then just. He's taking it. Yeah.
He's taking it very easy.
Yeah.
But it's Slady's pushing very hard, sideways there out of turn 5. Down towards turn 6, hitting the undercut, that's not going to help at all.
Probably a little bit angry.
Slowed him right up. Very, very, very angry at himself for that drive-through, I would presume.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, he had
lost in the
such a
bragging
good run
rights.
going.
Not only lost in sixth position, but lost in the bragging rights in the XSG camp.
Yes, big time. Well, it's self-inflicted pain. That's all it is. We've all done it. They're looking back from Sergei Yashin. Where's it here? There was a battle with 4 cars there for a little bit with Greco, Tveit, Strani, and Dean a little further back. Now they've actually separated because Greco's. Oh, jeez. Yeah, you hop back on Greco for a second on 23rd.
I'll try to. Yeah, there he is.
He is. It's like a drift competition right now. He's trying so hard to get by Tveit. And
What a move! What a move!
Wow!
I didn't see that coming.
He's been trying.
He was 1.5 seconds left faster than Tveit, so.
But that was unbelievable.
Here, can we see a replay of that?
Of course. I'm just recovering.
I think you never saw him. There he is.
Oh, what a move!
What? Is there even any gap to see? There's no gap to the apex height. That's not the car win.
What a move! What a move!
No, you don't see him. No, you do.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, boy.
See you later.
Oh.
I was following that for about 2 laps, and he was trying so hard to get by Tveit. He was just everywhere. The car was sideways through pretty well every corner.
Oh, Tveit, you slowed down too much there for the leader, because now Brent's going to take advantage of it and take your position. There was no need for that, Tveit.
And he's fighting. These positions are important to keep your spot in server 1.
Absolutely.
Big time. Like this is
very important.
This is what it's all about. Is keeping your spot in server 1.
It's going to be a 3rd pit stop here for Tveit. Not looked after his tyres enough. The aggression of the young Norwegian has not paid off today. So, unfortunately, he's in the pits again. For the 5th time here today, actually. In fact, because for the 5th time, because he had a.
Davis is
right?
Davis is by Tolberg. Davis has gone by Tolberg and cleared him.
Cleared him by a long way. What's happened here? I don't think we'll get much on the replay.
This must have happened a while ago.
The gappers. We missed that while we're talking about Tveit and Greco.
Well, we did see an incredible pass.
We have lost it, unfortunately.
We did see one incredible pass, though.
We did, but it's 1.8 seconds a gap now. Thomas made a mistake somewhere. Just a small mistake in braking, run wide, perhaps.
Must have, yeah, because that's he was.
Yeah, he did the 55.4 where Toby Davis did 53.1. So
yeah, so that's definitely a mistake, isn't it?
Well, I can tell you right now, Florian is definitely liking this because Florian's been kind of getting the short end of the stick in the Clio Euro Series from these guys, Toby Davis and Levesque.
I know it.
He is loving this.
A real car, and then I show you.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of him sending it back. I mean, he was having a tough time with the Clios, the front wheel drives, but it's a far cry from a V8, and this is where Florian feels most at home, and he is proving that here today.
Greco let him pass.
But there's a story right there, Keith. Strauss laps Greco.
Right? Yeah. That's a huge thing. But he's also been in for 4 pit stops too. Missed the start.
Absolutely, but that's driver error. It's as bad as crashing the car. No excuse.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's the nature of online racing.
And Davis is now 2.7 seconds ahead of Tolborg. He's ruining him. He's just pulling away. Davis is going to get the 2nd position, I feel. 6 laps to go, and despite Tolborg's better handling at the end of the stints, he's got fresher tyres, so that will give enough of a gap, I would presume.
I wasn't expecting that one.
No. The Iceman no longer.
No, it's a small error or something. Ruskus and Butcher heating up, 18th, 17th.
Davelar and Yashin has pulled away. He's laid. Grief. Grief's got ahead of Loeffler now. Ricardo is in 15th after his. I think it actually did work for him ever so slightly, that strategy.
No.
Ruskus and Butcher, 0.6 of a second between these two. Oh, Ruskus has hit that curb as well. He's going to give a run to Butcher, down towards turn 30.
He's defending hard.
Oh! Very aggressive defending there from Ruskus. Down towards turn 13 now. Ruskus keeps the inside. A bit too much of the inside there, Jeffrey. Could be a bit more.
Butcher's going to hold it up.
No,
he squeezed
him out.
Oh,
and Butcher flashes his lights. There's no need for that.
Get your flash on.
You flash away.
Oh, sideways.
That's just a bit silly, really.
Just a bit silly. Corner.
Keep it cool. and it seems like Ruskus has just about fended off Butcher for now. There's another 5 laps to go yet. The 6 laps to go because we're on lap 34.
It's a good battle with Ripper, Yashin, and Divelar.
Schumacher almost squeezed him into the grass.
No,
you dangerous stuff from Jeffrey. That was a little bit too naughty that time around.
That was
he's holding it again.
Butcher's not going to like this, and we might see one coming here.
This is going to end bad.
This is going to end very badly.
This
is going to end badly.
Defending extremely hard. Now this is 17th to play for keeps down here.
This just became personal for Butcher right now.
It's all for you and old.
It looks great on the broadcast, but Butcher is steaming right now. I can tell you this, very aggressive. But these guys are fighting to stay in server 1. This is why this is so important. If you didn't pre-qualify in the top 15, a little nudge there. If you didn't pre-qualify in the top 15, you're not guaranteed your spot in server 1 for the second round. So you're fighting to stay here.
And of course, these two drivers actually qualified just outside the top 30. They only got into server 1 for a couple of absences.
So they were in a fight to keep here.
And Butcher has now Russell's pulling away from him, so perhaps that was Russell.
I couldn't believe that
down the straight. That was a little bit naughty.
That was heart-stopping.
Oh.
You better go to position 9.
Ripper.
It's really close there.
Here we are. Oh, very nice indeed. And
Ripper,
Dave, did you say Douglas then?
Ripper's tires have gone off a little bit. I think he's been dropping down significantly lap after lap, and also Slade is closing in on this group as well. So if Ripper holds these guys up for the remaining laps, Slade might have a chance to kind of compensate for that drive-through that he had to do.
But he's taken because of the drive-through. This is where David was in 9th before those pit stops.
Yes.
Before the first pit stop, it's taken him 23 laps, despite David Lars' speed, to even get anywhere near getting back to the position where he was.
Yeah, I know. No, but he hasn't. It doesn't seem that in the later part of this race, it doesn't seem like he's had quite that pace that he had at the start. Like he was really moving at the start of this race.
Perhaps he's happy with Yashin's pace and happy with the way it's going along, just looking after his tyres.
I think he's still playing the waiting game here.
We know how clever David Lowry is, of course, as well. He's a TPS champion. We saw him in WTM. He's only got 2 pole positions in WTM out of the 12 races that season, and still won the championship. So he's all about the racing.
There's a couple of funny comments. When did Rosberg drive for 05 Motorsports?
Jeffrey Rosberg.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Got past him, by the way.
Oh, he did?
Oh, he did.
We missed that.
That's your fault, Ivo. We missed that. Oh, not getting a replay either. Never mind. So Ruskus finally defeated.
So yeah, Ivo, when because I won't be available for the remaining rounds for this season. Unless there's a certain circumstance, you'll be the guy that Ryan's going to blame for everything now.
I'm used to that.
Here we go. This is it. Here we are, closer than ever. These 3. I think David's going to make a move in the next lap or 2. Well, he has to make a move in the next lap or 2. There's only 3 laps to go. 4 laps. In fact, 4 laps to go after the end of this lap that these guys are on. So, but look at how Strauss has driven so well here today. David Lars a minute almost off the lead.
It's unbelievable.
VR's 51 seconds.
Oh, look at
the
look at the defending by Ripper.
Just trying to break the slipstream. Not much point really, because they don't get too much of a slipstream in these cars. It accelerates so fast. And looks like Ripper would pushed a bit too hard in that corner there. Yashin maybe get a good exit here. No, not enough.
Oh, look
ahead of these guys, and VR and Asbury are not very far ahead of these guys. Only 3 seconds. So if these get in a battle, Asbury's got up to 8th as well. So I think he's past Ripper, because we mentioned him before that it was in 9th. So
yeah, Ripper has he's really struggled in this last.
He's been ripping up his tyres.
Oh, yeah, he's ripping up his tyres. Zing! Great shot there.
Right in the middle. I love that shot. It's a great shot. Davis is gaining on Thorin ever so slightly, but it's not going to be enough in the slightest.
Oh,
and
look at
just waiting on Yashin for making a move on Ripper.
Yep.
Yeah, because he knows it's gonna slow these 2 guys down. Yeah. He might be able to get both of them in one shot. It's smart of him to do that, because if he tries to battle with Yashin, then Ripper gets away and no shot to make 2 spots. David is a very calculated, smart driver. He's also a Touring Pro Series champion as well, so he knows what to do to get the most out of situations.
He's close here.
Oh, Yashin is very close.
In the slipstream, it's actually helping this time around.
Any mistake by Ripper.
Boom!
Oh,
Going
he's
inside!
Oh no!
No, he's gone.
Wait,
Way
where
off.
is he going?
It's Davilar. Davilar. Is Davilar going to go by?
No.
No, he was
I think
so
Yashin
close.
was trying to drive back to Israel then.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a
You probably
crazy
thought he
deep
had
move.
carbon brakes instead of
Oh, Ripper slow. Oh, Davilar sideways.
Made a mistake.
Oh,
there.
What happened?
Too
Okay,
Let's go back and watch that from Davilar's point of view. On board with Davilar, looking at Yashin. Yashin with a very ambitious move.
It's
Never going to happen. Not even
Even
F1
Ripper
car would
went
make
T2.
that corner there.
You know, the corner started back there, and then so look what happens in the penultimate corner here. Ripper goes deep, and then Davilar checks up as he's coming up to him because he's coming across, and he just
Distracted slightly perhaps.
just
he
a little
saw
bit
the
of action.
opportunity and just pushed her hard a little.
Back to live action now. Yashin's not that far behind these guys, to be honest.
Asbury's all over the back of Vilar.
Yeah,
and he will be very happy if he could get by Vilar. He's a big fan of Vilar.
VR was saying that Asbury is actually his benchmark for this race because they both BMWs in race, and I think he wants to beat Asbury sideways into turn 6. Torborg and Levesque, and they're not gaining. All the THR drivers are very, very evenly matched. Once they get gaps between themselves, they don't gain on each other very much. It doesn't seem. Carlos has been in a very lonely fifth pretty much all of this race.
I know it's like you got Florian out front and he's just dominating this race, and we're not really talking about him much, but there's not much we can really say. I mean, Florian Strauss is leading. He's still leading.
Oh! That could
Dangerous.
have been big contact. Here we go. Here comes Asbury's chance.
RoboCop, your move, creep.
Oh, he wasn't happy with that move, was he? Probably calling
Going to fence.
VR a creep here. And there's going to be even closer. There's 2 laps to go.
Vilar's having a great run considering this is his first rFactor league.
Yeah, very solid.
Oh, he's having a look. Asbury looking threatening, isn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Looking very threatening.
He's very smooth and did any bad pit stops or anything. It's very solid run for me.
Where is he?
I believe that Danny lost quite a lot of time in the first pit stop, actually, if I recall correctly. So.
Davilar has got a great run on Ripper just behind these guys.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
Oh no, it looked like he's coming to the last corner. Threw me off a little bit.
Talbot is really close on Bacalo.
Just both of them battling. Actually, there we are. Here is that battle. Tom's got a bit of a dent in front of his car. Now got the slipstream of Ricardo, the Croatian. Torrent Motorsports versus 05 Motorsports. Talbot driving for Formula 05, branch of 05 Motorsports. Ricardo driving for Torrent Motorsports. It's not Osiris, sorry, not Mobile. Osiris. That's their brand they're driving for. And now Talbot all over the back of Ricardo. Down towards turn 3. Talbot's making the move. Ricardo's kind of wondering where he is. You know that.
That was a bold crossover there on him.
Bit of a chop.
Dirty.
Almost like he got out of shape on power, perhaps.
It's like the slap chop.
Like a pork chop.
It's almost last lap. So are we
on replay?
Replay.
No, we're not replay. No, we just lost there. I think Loeffler just lagged and then came back again.
Lag there.
We lost somebody, because they were fighting for 15th, weren't they?
I think Gregory.
No, Butcher. Butcher's out!
Oh, no.
Butcher's out. Griffith's dropped position as well.
Disconnect. We've lost.
What's happened there? Griffith's had a freeze, I think. Yeah, I think he's had a freeze look. And then he's come back in, right in front of Alien. That's just shoved him in the wall. But that's very strange.
That was it. Yeah, that would look like a graphics lockup, the way that happened. Oh, Davilar by Yashin. Davilar's by Ripper. Yashin's trying to go by.
Oh, here we go.
Davilar. Oh, what happened there? Yashin got by Ripper.
Yeah, they both got past Ripper. Here we are.
Ripper went off on his own. He got third last corner. He went wide, came across the track.
Ripper back to 11th. Slade was gaining on these guys, but I think he just used his tyres up too much in his frustration after that drive through.
And we're on the last lap. We should give some credit to Florian here.
Will do. We're just going around to the final sector here. Turn 12. It's been a masterful performance from the German. 27 years old, from Berlin, and from Berlin to Melbourne, and back again with the trophy. Round turn 14, sorry. Down towards turn 15. Into Prost. He's obviously delighted with his performance here. Finished a lap ahead of Greco, of course, as well. That would place him almost as much as the win, I'm pretty sure. Sliding the car around the final corners. He's going to win the opening race, the Virtual V8 Supercars Champion. That's his 5th win in a row for Florian Strauss. A wonderful performance from the 360 Racing driver. Crosses the line in delight. Strauss wins the opening race. Second's going to be Toby Davis. Going to be just ahead of Jesper Torborg. Flashes his lights in absolute delight.
THR second, third, and fourth. They will be very pleased. Very pleased. They were
very solid race from the we didn't see him that much, but very solid fourth there.
And Carter in 5th. Very solid race for him as well. Not as good as I think he hoped to be. 6th place will be Schlemo. Again, racing very, very well here because he was way down earlier on. So he'll be pleased with the ground he's gained throughout the race. 7th place is going to be VR, it looks like. 7th place is going to be to VR. It is going to be 7th place to VR. Holding off Danny Asby. I actually fancied Asby to get past, but VR's shown he's able to hold off. And VR crosses the line. He's delighted with 7th place because of course, new to all this. Dave Millar crosses the line in 9th, just ahead of Yashin.
Oh, Talbot and Brecalo just had huge contact.
11th place Ripper, 12th place Bracalo, 13th place with Loeffler. Here is Talbot and Bracalo. Let's quickly watch that on the replay if we can. We've got a bit of that was big contact, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
It was huge.
But Talbot's going to hold off Bracalo for that 14th. Talbot 14th. Bracalo 15th. 16th. Here is going to be Jeffrey Ruskas. And 17th is going to be Ike Roding. Crosses the line in 17th place. He'd be quite pleased with that considering he qualified quite a way down. He will take advantage of other people's misfortune.
Here comes the grief.
Here comes the grief. Oh, just about keeping the car on track. Will Strana get him at the line?
Oh.
It's going to be close. It's a great damaged car, of course, we saw. 18th for Degree, 19th place for Strana, 20th place for David Greco, 21st for Brent, 22nd for Lennon, 23rd for Tveit, and 24th for Ely. And those are the finishers of the race. We obviously lost several drivers, Butcher, DM. We also lost, of course, who else did we lose? Hardwick as well, and Felix.
And Butcher.
Butcher I mentioned, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But a great performance there from Florian Strauss.
Yeah, incredible, dominant performance. It was amazing, start to finish, post to post.
Absolutely, yeah. In pole to flag. And what did you make of that performance there from the THR drivers, really, Ivo?
Well, quite good, very solid race from them. Second, third, and fourth is really good, and they kept tires under them and did a very good job. But I think still Strauss was unbeatable today.
Absolutely, and the favourite for the championship has won this race. Just filling you in quickly on Serve 2. Finishing order has been McGregor, Hulme and Yunt, with Basol, Orban and LaRose rounding out the top 6. Welch, Matejewski, Defray and James Johnson. That's the top 10 in the Server 2, so those drivers will be hopeful of jumping up here. And so we're now joined by some of the drivers here today, drivers from the race.
Yeah, we'll just we'll just take a quick break here for a moment, and
absolutely.
We'll just get a couple guys, just get some game pod up there, and we'll be back in just a moment, guys.
We will.
GamePod, the ultimate race rig for those serious about sim racing. Puts you in the driver's seat with all the controls at your fingertips. Be number one on the road, in the race, in the game. GamePod, the choice of champions.
So, as we were saying, back with the action, we're going to join some drivers now for a interview. Toby Davis finished second in that race. And Toby, you were running second for much of the race, and you had plenty of speed. You didn't get that pole position that I'm sure you were hoping for, but must be pretty happy with the race overall.
Yeah, to be second in the first round, I wouldn't have said that I would be there, considering my pre-qualifying performance, but I much prefer the track here at Albert Park and managed to get hooked up properly here. And I was a bit disappointed to be down in 5th after qualifying, considering my pace and considering I could have gone 5 or 6 tenths quicker probably. And that really set myself up for the whole race, because I got stuck behind Corey Slade for the first stint, and he did a good job defending, but I snuck by him eventually. But by that point, I was 7 or 8 seconds behind Florian, who was just running away with it at that point. So I went about setting fastest lap and then solidifying second. So hopefully I'll be able to challenge him a bit more at Barbagallo. I much prefer that track as well, and that's one that I like. So that's where we are. But a great result for THR today, especially me and Jesper to be 2nd and 3rd. Dream start to the season.
Absolutely, and Florian, you kind of just drove away. Did you have any answer for him at all, or did you feel that it was going to be a second place for you, the maximum you could produce?
Once I got by Corey in the gap, I could see the gap was 7 seconds. Then I hadn't got hope. I mean, I set fastest lap. I had the pace, but it's all about track position, and I wasn't close enough to him in the end. He ended up winning by 10 seconds or something. So he probably would have beaten me anyway. But if I hadn't got held up, there's always a risk. I might have been in with the shout.
Should have just qualified better, Toby.
Yeah, it's always the story of my life, Ryan.
Toby, you had more tire wear than you expected, or?
Yeah, first stint I had pretty bad tyre wear actually, so I decided to take it a bit easier in the second stint and make sure I did that extra lap. I was hoping that Florian's tyres would have gone off, but to no avail. And actually Jesper got by me in the pit stop, but managed to get up to his bumper, and he kindly let me through, which wasn't team orders, by the way. That was his decision. So, but thanks to him.
Yeah. Heard that one before. But thanks you, Toby, for your words, and congratulations on your 2nd place as well. I'm sure you're pretty delighted with that, to be honest.
Yep.
Because you were telling me that before pre-qualifying, you were just happy to get in the top 30. So to then improve to be in top 15 and then be 2nd in the first race, I'm sure you're delighted with that. Yeah,
absolutely.
And so we're going to jump now to the race winner and the reigning champion. I mean, it's a dream start for you, Florian.
Yes.
You got pole position there, of course, and you just drove away from the field. We didn't see very much of you, to be honest. I mean, how was the race for you? Pretty boring?
No. I know Toby will be there if I make just a little mistake. It helped me a lot to win the start, and then that Toby got stuck behind Corey. And after the first pit stop, I just try to hold the gap and try to manage my tires.
I would say that's probably one of the most flawless performances that I've ever seen from you, Florian. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And being delighted to start the season that way. Are you optimistic to win this title?
Oh, it's too short to say anything about winning. You're always nervous for the first race. You don't know what to expect from a lot of guys here.
And how are your nerves on the front row of the grid? They were okay, or were they
before the start
juggling quite a lot?
Was very high, but as I won the start, I cooled down a little bit. But you have to be focused in.
Well, congratulations on such a masterful performance, and good luck in the rest of the championship. Go ahead, Keith.
Just one thing, Florian. I just kind of wanted to get your thoughts. I know in the Clios, obviously it's a far cry from the V8's big difference in cars. Was it gratifying? Was it enjoyable to go from the Clios, where you were kind of having a hard time with the THR guys, to kind of your realm here, and kind of go out there and just kind of lay a beating down? Did it feel good?
Yeah, it's not a big secret. I think that I feel more comfortable in these cars, but it's really nice to start the season where I left it since half year ago.
No, yeah, definitely. You carried on from last season into this season, and wish you all the best of luck for this season here. So well done today.
Thank you.
Now, Jesper, you had, this is kind of a fairly quiet race. You and Toby had a little bit of a battle going on, but it was more just a little bit of tire wear, and it seemed once you got in your groove, you just kind of got comfortable there. You were in second place, I think, after the second stop. What exactly happened? How did Toby get back by you?
Well, he was faster all the race, and I just let him by. Didn't bother defending.
Oh, so Toby ordered you to let him by. Okay, I see. Team orders.
We thought it
I
was
know.
a mistake, but
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. But are you happy with the way the season started? And do you think you have a good shot at competing for the championship this year?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, was it simple enough?
Fills everyone with confidence.
That's all we need. So yeah, well done today, Jesper. We look forward to seeing you in the upcoming events.
So, as we go over that riveting interview there from Jesper, giving us lots of insight and nuggets of information, we'll quickly chat with Corey first of all. Obviously, he stayed up to the wee hours of the morning to race here, and exactly why? Because it's such a bad time zone for yourself, Corey. I mean, what makes you stay up so late for these sort of things? Why do we get the privilege of having you race in this series?
I think if you heard the excitement in my voice after qualifying, that pretty much sums up why I want to race with you guys and at that time of the morning. So I find it easier to stay up to than to go to sleep and then try and race.
Of course, you had a great qualifying. Must have been absolutely delighted with that. I can imagine you pumping your fist in the air as you cross the line and were second on the front row. Obviously, the start was very, very good as well. And in the first stint, you were holding everyone off for, say, the first 10, 11 laps. Then your tyres just seemed to just fall off the edge of the cliff. Would that be a correct thing to say?
Yeah, we put a lot of work into the setup, but we could only get to last between 7 to 11 laps, so something we had to work on for Wanneroo. And then the drive-through really didn't help me. That pretty much killed any chance of a good result for that race.
Yeah, I mean, when you were sixth early in the race, you must be pretty. If someone said to you before the race you would be sixth, I'm sure you'd be pretty satisfied with that. But to be second, for the first 10 laps, you must have been a bit disappointed, especially coming home 12th in the end.
Yeah, well, my goal for qualifying in the race was to just finish inside the top 15, and that quickly changed when I like I said, when I did qualifying, did a personal best. So, but yeah, no, I think it showed good signs definitely today. Just need to make sure we, work on it for the over the race distance rather for the rest of the season, and we should be able to get some better results for sure.
Yeah, dot your I's and cross your T's. So, but well done to you, Corey. Obviously, the result in the end was disappointing, but there's plenty of promise there. And we'll get a quick word with William Lebec, who, of course, is the reigning Clio Euro Series champion. This is a completely different kettle of fish, but you still produced a great performance, William.
Seeing as I'm not that good around Albert Park, I think I did more than I expected to do. And I'm very happy with the performance I put up and following my teammates around. I was trying to catch Jesper at the end, but he was just playing with me. It seems I was catching him, and then he was making up a gap a bit, and then I was catching him again, and then a gap. Anyway, but I'm really happy with how the race went, and I can only look forward to Barbagallo and expect a podium maybe there.
Okay. Thanks to everyone for racing today and coming in for a broadcast and entertaining us, of course, as well throughout. So thanks for that, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, well done, all the drivers, and definitely put on a good show for all the viewers, and hope you guys enjoy the broadcast back. So thanks for joining us here.
So just some of the race for us, Keith. I mean, the stuff that went on.
Well, I mean, the one thing that I noticed, obviously there wasn't a lot of like crazy incidents, like where cars are getting together, big accidents, and the reason is the level of driving of skill level with the drivers here is massive, and the cars kind of spread out a little bit. But you got to understand, these guys are very talented drivers, and they're all they're all kind of the same caliber driving, and that's why we saw such good, clean racing today. And hopefully this carries on the whole season through, because that's really what everyone wants. You don't want to race in a series where you're getting into a lot of incidents, and today was a perfect example of how a race should go. Everyone was calm, cool, collected, and they just put on an incredible race, and Florian just dominated. That's the outcome. That was what a lot of people kind of predicted, and I know you did.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to me that early in the race everyone was very, very close, but people really need to work on their strategy and their pit stops, because many people lost lots and lots of seconds in the pit stops, and you can't get those seconds back on the track easily.
No, you can't. It's not easy, and definitely people need to pay attention to the pitting. I know the track's coming up maybe a little more forgiving, or a little easier to handle, but that is a huge thing. And like you said, it's not worth it to take that drive through, because look at Peter De Villard. It took him 22 laps to get even close to where he was before that drive through.
Absolutely. I mean, and even go ahead, Ivo.
Sorry. It's also a quite difficult pit entry, so they need to work on it for sure, like Keith said.
And I don't think it's just the speeding either. I think it's people just not turning off their damage repair also as well, because many people,
that kind of stuff also.
You know, it was something people need to work on, and it's part of being a racing driver. You have to get everything correct, not just the driving. Make sure you get in and out of the pits correctly, else you're not going to get any good result at all.
Definitely,
it's just a big part of the racing.
Absolutely. And we can also announce the winner of the 25% off at GamePod for the voucher code. And the winner is actually Matt Hunt, who answered correctly and is come out in our draw. So congratulations to Matt Hunt, and we'll get that code to you as soon as we can.
Yeah, congratulations, Matt, and big thanks to GamePod for putting that up for the viewers. And we'll try to do more of the same thing throughout the season. So be sure to tune in for every race. And I was definitely glad to be here and commentate with you guys. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do so for the remainder of the season. I will try to do it at work if I can. But I guess you just have to beat up on Ivo, Ryan.
Yep, absolutely. I enjoy doing that, so it's fine.
Looking forward to it.
So thank you to everybody. It's a new season, but it's ended with the same result. Florian Strauss dominating the field once again here in the Virtual V8 Supercars. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time, where we'll be at Barbagallo. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you then.